on. Lovely. And yeah. Dot, dot, dot. Okay. Yay. Yay. Okay. I'll BRB then. Oh, lovely. Okay. Oh. Oh, okay. Lovely. Yeah, let's go for full screen over there. Okay, emails. And actually, nice.
Hey, Mr. Questions, how are you?
Doing well, you?
Oh, I'm doing great, man. Doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. But yeah, just saw you're in the main room here, Mr. Questions. Just quickly wanted to check, were you looking to speak with someone today?
Let's see. For my memory, you gave me a call today.
Okay.
I probably
What's your name? Sorry,
at John.
John.
Th-
Oh, Johnny.
that does that ring a bell?
Johnny Armenta.
No.
Oh,
Last
got you,
name
got you.
starts with a M.
Anne. Okay, got you, got you. I don't think it
M.
was me personally who called you M. Oh, sorry, but I don't think it was the person. Someone. I called you personally. I think it was someone else. But what's your number, by the way, just so I can search up here, just to see who you meant to speak with today.
It is an 802
802
274
274.
9439.
Okay, got you. So, okay, I see here. So you're confirmed here with Leon. So yeah, let me just let Leon know that you're here, and I'll bring you into the room with him. Okay?
Sounds good.
All good, man.
Lovely. Okay. He's scatterbrained. He's thinking, where is XSplit? Oh, okay.
Howdy, John. All right, so yeah, this is Leon John. He, by the way, he's just finishing up some paperwork. That's why you can't see him yet.
Yep.
But yeah, he'll be here in a sec. But just to let you know, man, Leon, he's one of our top coaches here. He'll be able to help you out today, show you what we got here. But yeah, how you feeling about the call, by the way? You excited?
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So yeah, John, Leon's one of our top coaches. He'll be able to give you a lot of good help and advice. Just want to know, do you have something to take notes on, like your phone or pen and paper or a laptop?
I'm actually doing a video record.
Aha. Okay. Got you, got you. No worries. Okay, so yeah, you'll have all the information on the video record, which is great. Okay, awesome. So yeah, Leon should be here any second now. But just so I know, before he comes, is there anything else you need from me or anything like that?
Nothing that I need from you.
Awesome, man. Awesome. All good. So Leon should be here in a sec, but I'll leave you guys to. Okay. Ah, he's here now. Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. Appreciate it, Ben. All righty. How you
Uh,
doing today?
I am doing well. And you?
Good, good. And you're John, correct?
That's right.
All righty, all righty. Just have to double check since you're Mr. Questions on Zoom. So,
Yeah, I know.
alrighty. So, my name is Leon. Like I said, I'm going to go over who we are, what we do, services we provide, and how we help folks out. But I also want to go over what you're currently doing to see in what way we can help you out. Does that sound like a plan?
Yeah, go ahead.
All righty. So first things first, I mean, what brings you here today? Obviously, you saw an ad online, you want to make money online, but what actually made you want to check out what we have to
Let's see. What made me want to check out what you had to offer? Uh, I'm kind of a scatterbrain type of person currently. Uh, for me, I'm just seeing how prices could be if I was to go, say, through this company and other things like that.
offer? Okay, so right now you're kind of shopping around for something and you're just trying to find what fits the most.
That's right.
Okay, and so far, what stopped you from joining anything else that you've, trying to kind of looked at?
Uh, let's see. What has stopped me the most? Probably just, just haven't really gotten. out there far enough for just really needing to start. But
Hmm. Okay, so what does that actually mean to you? Like, what do you mean? Are you saying that you are looking around, but you're not really interested in moving forward, or are you just kind of gaining knowledge? Are you a knowledge collector and you just show up to these to gain knowledge, or is it really, something that is a priority for you to make a difference for yourself?
for me, it's more of a gain knowledge style.
Okay. Okay, so then I'll ask you, if everything looks good and makes sense, would you actually be willing to, open to working with us, or is this just kind of a knowledge a knowledge quest at the moment?
It's really just a knowledge quest at the moment because
Okay,
I
so
have, say, physical work that I do quite a bit.
okay, so if this was actually able to fix that though, and get you out of having to, go to work, and you could do this full time, would you actually be open to jumping on with us?
Yeah.
Okay. So reason why I ask is because I don't want to waste anybody's time. And if you have no desire to get started and you just want to learn what we have going on here, then I don't want to move forward because that's a waste of both of our time. But if you're willing to like make something happen, just if it makes sense, it looks good, everything looks great overall, then perfect. We can definitely help you with that. So our biggest thing here is we help people start their own marketing agencies. And what that looks like is we build your website, we build your logo, we get everything rolling for you, and we do all your fulfillment. So you're actually not creating any websites, you're not doing digital ads, you're not doing SEO. You're talking with folks, seeing exactly what they need, providing a service, collecting the cash, letting us know, and then we build it for you so that you don't have to. Because
So,
realistically, if you don't know how to build websites already, it's going to take forever to teach you how to code. So
so you're
we
saying the only cost I would have to do is buying a website URL or keeping that going and active.
no, we build your website and logo and all of that stuff already. So that's all included in what we have. There is a cost, and it's just to get started with us, giving you access to everything. So I don't know what your budget is realistically, but we have four different options here. We have one that's 166 bucks a month, 250 a month, and $400 a month, and then we have a $35,000 partnership. Obviously, it might be a little bit out of reach. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But realistically, if you wanted to get a business started, the best thing you could do is, do the 250 bucks a month. We build your website, your logo, we do all the fulfillment for you. It's full hands off fulfillment. It's full white label, so you get credit for everything we do. And you get mentorship. So we actually teach you how to run a business, how to talk with folks, how to close deals, how to create your LLC, what you do with your taxes at the end of the year. Every aspect of owning a 6, 7, 8-figure agency, we actually teach you and is provided. We meet with you 3 times a week for 3 months through this process. And then after your 3 months, we just work with you once a month after that. But yeah, I mean, what are your thoughts on that so far? Any thoughts?
So you're saying this is like website building, yet also just making sure that I'm doing pretty good in that structure.
It's marketing. The website is just one tiny little portion of this. It's marketing in general. We're not just doing websites, we're doing digital ads, email marketing, Google ranking, graphic design, Instagram page recovery, podcast stores, etc. There's like 12 different services we provide. So you would provide those for your clients. So you sell them on a service. Once you make the money for that, you let us know. We'll build it for you, send it to your client, give you the credit for it, and we just make sure everything's running well. You've learned everything. We essentially, you buy a business, we become your entire team that works the whole back end, and all you have to do is go out there and talk with folks and close the deals. But we handle everything else.
Okay.
Yep. So, do you think that you would actually be able to do that with the proper support, or?
As I would be interested in maybe starting that style
Mhm.
in a short amount of time, but not right off.
Okay. And and honestly, I mean, what would hold you back the most?
As currently right now, I am having a problem with my phone with all of the, say, not receiving phone text and sending out texts. So I'm having
Mm,
to deal with my carrier that I have, which is really my major problem.
okay. And is it the financial portion of that, or just having to deal with them in general?
Just having to deal with them in general.
Okay. Well, I'll put it like this. I mean, if phone problems is the worst thing going on with you right now, I mean, I think that'd be the least of your worries. Just because it's phone stuff, you know, it happens. Realistically, you can't let your phone keep you from good opportunities. You know, just to throw it out there realistically. Um, yeah, I mean, it's kind of the biggest thing holding you back at the moment?
Yeah. Uh,
Do you have a
a-
computer at all?
as for what I do is a lot of phone repair on my hobby side of things. So that's the major reason of why I'm kind of being held back. I need to know how to fix my phone before I can fix anybody else's.
So is that what you want to do? You rather be a phone repairman than a business owner entrepreneur?
Well, that's one way of putting it, but
Hmm.
phone repair can be just a side hobby versus like I could be working on, say, building a house, building a garage, working with concrete. That's like physical stuff.
Hmm.
Or I could say start a YouTube channel or work on a YouTube channel to make all of that happen right in front of them, possibly sell video and stuff like that.
Right. Well, I'll put it like this, John. I was in construction for 12 years, and that's what I did. I didn't finish high school. I didn't go to college. I worked with my hands my entire life. You know, whether it's being a carpenter, being an HVAC tech, being a sparky, doing electrical, being a plumber. You know, I did that for 12 years. And, you know, if you'd like to do that, then, you know, great. You know, I still like to work with my hands, but realistically, I wouldn't be making the money that I make now still doing construction. You know, I started this about 2.5 years ago is when I got into Agency Box, and now I run two seven-figure companies. But it didn't come from, you know, wanting to continue to work with my hands. You know, I still do here and there, but it's mainly for hobbies, stuff that I enjoy. But you know, I had to take a leap, make something happen, and get into this to move on. But you know, that's the thing. In a YouTube channel, honestly, you can create that at any time. So if that's something that you are good at and you can do, and you know you can make money doing it, then there's no reason to not be doing it now. So realistically, I mean, you can continue to work with your hands and do that if you'd like to. Nobody's going to stop you. But if you keep doing the same thing you've always done, you're going to be in the same place you've always been. You know, and if that's a good place, perfect. You're already where you need to be. But if you're looking for something to help you get into a better position, then obviously it's not what you want to do forever. So, I mean, I think you just need to ask yourself, you know, what do you want out of life and are you good where you're at, you know? And then we can kind of go from there.
Okay.
Yeah. So, what I can do is I can send you some more information on what we have going on here, and you can kind of decide what you want to do. And you know, we can always keep in touch. You know, or whatever works. You know, I don't know what you're currently doing for work, or you know, if you're ready to get started today and start making that change for 2023. But either way, you know, I'll leave it in your hands.
I would just say, how about let's just keep in touch, and if I really want to go down that branch, well then I'll be full on.
Yeah, let's make that happen. So, it is. Let's see. I'm just looking in my looking for you in my system here so that I can send you all this stuff. Alrighty, here we go. So your email is jwmankar@hotmail.com.
Yep.
Anchor. Okay, perfect. So I'll just send you some more information there, and then we can just go from there. Sound like a plan?
Sounds good.
Alrighty. Cool. Well, do you have any questions for me before we jump off?
I have no questions.
Alrighty. Well, it was good talking with you, and you have a good rest of your day.
You too. Enjoy.
Alrighty. Bye bye.
Let's see. Where is leave room? Meeting. Okay. Me is kind of scatterbrained, anyways. Minecraft launcher. Yep. And then PC. No. Hardcaster. G. Yeah, it's G. That I'm trying to fill in. VLC, please. And there we go. Recording. Scatterbrained can always help at times. Other times, not at all. Okay, no. Okay, where am I at? Okay. Yeah, that's what I have to go through. Open with VLC, please. Okay. Hold on. Lovely. Of course. Ah, I'll just stoop down that far. There we go. That's right. Think of the food. Food makes me hungry. Okay. Ooh, yep. Me, I was making a scatterbrain still. Thanks. Okay. Okay. Yes. Oh, okay. So you're allowed to kick your customers out. Thursday? It was a Wednesday. I do feel bad for what happened. And I wish to know more of what happened because I have no clue. No, I'm not trying to. I don't watch it. Uh-huh. Yeah, I know. Which I think for what my memory is, it takes say 3 or 4 months of inactivity for them to remove your account. Yeah. Once. Did they remove my account? Yeah, because I was inactive. Did I watch it? No. 2 days ago. W shakers. Look at those. They look pretty good. Yes, they do, don't they? Okay, that's where I'm going. Let's see if I missed any messages. I hope I didn't. Okay, looks like I did not miss any. Really. To speak of. new update. Now, who doesn't love new updates? Huh? Okay, need my arm space. Ah, here it is. Ooh. DDR4. 8 gig. DDR3, DDR4. Anyway, that has a lot of chips. Okay. Four, three. That's a DDR4. Two days. Good to know.
I know I can be unkind, but you're not always understanding. I like to take my time, but time is what you're always chasing. I know I like to hide,
Crossway is excited to introduce the ESV Church History Study Bible. This Bible features over 20,000 study notes, providing commentary from prominent figures in church history, including Luther, Calvin, Bunyan, Edwards, and Spurgeon. It also includes book introductions and articles on an array of topics written by leading scholars. Designed to bring the voices of the past to offer wisdom for the present, the ESV Church History Study Bible is perfect for students and teachers alike.
Okay.
The ESV Church History Study Bible from Crossway.
Okay. Good. Lovely. Nice. No memes? What do you mean no memes, huh? F3. Well. How much value will I have? Okay, render going down actually seems to help out the game. Quite a bit, but that's okay, I guess. No. Camera is cool. Good. But always could be better. That's right. Always could be better. Control C, Control V. Control C. Control C. Control V. Actually, I want in that direction.
Never knew a moment could feel so right, could slow down time like this. Everything I needed is in your eyes and in your mind.
Oh, the thing is, Lightstream is paid to get into there. It's a problem. But sure, I want to get partnered with anything, really. That's right. Bless you. think I'm running at 1030 about a GeForce. Right. Control C. Control V. Okay. Time to wait.
19 insane ways to use maps in Minecraft. Maps are a funny thing in Minecraft. Sure, they're nice to look at for an overhead view of your base, but they can do so much more. So for that case, let's look at some of the wackiest ways to use map art in your Minecraft worlds. And hey, the YouTube demolition team bet me that you can't subscribe to the channel before this TNT goes off. So to prove them wrong, power that red sub button down below. It's free and it helps out a ton. Oh, what's this at the creator? Well, it's an ad read. This video is sponsored by Core. Core's new online platform powered by the Unreal Engine to allow anyone, including you, to create and play PC games for free. Whether that's a marble racing game like Roll'em, an FPS game like Silly Gun Game, or my personal favorite, Tower of Terror, where you can try to climb up a randomly generated obstacle course. With a library of games that gets bigger every day, now is definitely the time to join, especially with Core's new City Building Jam. In partnership with Level 80, Core is giving creative people like you a chance at a $25,000 prize pool. All you gotta do to participate is recreate your favorite real-world cities, landscapes, monuments, landmarks, and even school campuses right in the Core engine. Details on the contest, as well as the download link to Core in the description below. So get started on a whole new slew of games and even create your own today. Thanks, Core. Number 1. Nothing in Minecraft quite beats that feeling of finding some diamonds while exploring a cave. At least what you thought were diamonds. As it turns out, it's actually just a fake diamond ore put on a map. This is a great way to prank your friends. Just go down to a cave that you know that they'll explore, hide it amongst some neighboring blocks, and here's the most important, you gotta make sure the lighting matches those of the neighboring blocks around it. Otherwise, it's just gonna look out of place. And trust me, nothing quite beats that reaction of when they go up to mine with their pickaxe, only to knock a couple of maps off an item frame. Is it evil? Maybe, but funny? Absolutely. Number 2. Since the maps in Minecraft are able to be one perfectly flat color, you're actually able to create some pretty cool optical illusions. And folks, my favorite one of these yet probably has to be this eye that seemingly follows you wherever you walk. Whether you're off to the left or right, it's still gonna be looking right at you. And while I'm sure you all could get creative on the different ways this inanimate eye spies on your players, one that I particularly like to see is building this kind of eye inside of an actual Guardian statue. That way, even if you're not gonna get blasted by their beam effect, it's still gonna be pretty unsettling to have this follow you around. Number 3. When you're playing on a multiplayer server and you don't have access to an ender chest, then hiding your valuables is a very big problem. My personal favorite might just be using maps to hide in plain sight. As you can see here, if we right click right on the very edge of the map, we're able to click through into that barrel and see our diamonds. This makes for a pretty sneaky way to hide your valuables. Though granted, it is gonna take some time to set up the map art for this. Maybe make sure to never accidentally rotate the map on top of the item frame. So keep it hidden, use it deliberately, and this device will make sure that any greedy folks you got walking around aren't gonna find any of your nether netherite anytime soon. Number 4, while maps have an obvious use of being able to look at the top of your base, they're only really good at showing that in the moment. Because as you can see here, if you make this change on the map, it updates real time, so it's gonna change right along with us. But if you decide to both make and lock a map right after you make some progress, then after a while, when you look back, you've basically got a scrapbook timeline. It's pretty cool, and it's definitely a way to step up your maps to the next level. Because instead of just seeing where you are now, you get to look back down memory lane every time you walk by this wall. And if you ask me, I think that's a pretty cool way of seeing how far you've come. Number 5, as it turns out, texture packs aren't the only place you can add animated textures to Minecraft. As you can see right here, if we split this map up into 4 quadrants and then play a simple 4-frame animation, then all we gotta do is rotate it. There you go, it's animated. Sure, it's very silly, and it's probably not the most practical form of animation, but personally, this takes me back to messing around with flipbooks as a kid. When you see some of the examples that you can do when playing around with this, it's definitely worth a shot if you got the time. And if you don't want to spend the time slaving away at animation, I guess you could just make a 4-panel comic. Number 6, the carpets in Minecraft leave a lot to be desired. I mean, when you look at them, they're all in single color. It can kind of get old quick. So if you're trying to find a better rug for your house, then actually putting together maps and item frames is a pretty cool thing to walk on. For one, it gives you a lot more of a design to work with, especially since with this, you can add so many minute details that are just not possible with the standard variant. But really, what we're going for here is the illusion. If you ask me, it sells it pretty well. And it'll definitely impress some of your guests when they walk through and see that brand new welcome mat right on the floor for them. Number 7, while using maps and item frames is a really cool way to deck out your floors, they can also do quite a bit for decorating your walls. Taking a look at this, you can send yourself right back to the past with the good old decades of wallpaper. And because on the maps you have so many more pixels to play around with than a regular texture, you can make some pretty sweet designs. Just pick your ideal look to make your house look groovy, make sure it's well lit, and it's a pretty great way to add some extra flair to your base. Plus, it'll take some time to do, meaning that it's very rare and you'll probably be the only person on the server who has it, making it both an exclusive and an exquisite thing to put in your house. Number 8, most of the time in Minecraft, we don't go too far with maps. Maybe 1 or 2 here, but they're pretty big, so most people don't even take the time to fill them out, which is all the more reason why it looks fantastic when you put together this large world map room. Not only does it feel like you're walking around one of those preschool playmats, but if you put this in your server spawn room, then it's actually a pretty great way to give newcomers a lay of the land. And honestly, I think this looks way more impressive than just a standard tour. Just be aware, it's gonna take some time to fill out each and every single map. It's just the price you pay to put on a show. Number 9, without using third-party programs like Discord, how do you send a message to another player when they're not online? I mean, signs work, but you're not always gonna be sure if they're gonna read them. So really, if you're looking for a universal way to send a message, then you can actually do it through maps. As you can see, if you give every player a copy of the same map, then whenever someone updates it, they're gonna send that message to everyone who has it. And look, if someone took the time to write out any kind of message to me in a 128 by 128 map, I'll definitely take the time to listen if they put in that kind of effort. You'd be hard pressed to find a better way to talk to your buddies than this. Number 10. Now, if you've been playing Minecraft more than a day, then you're well aware that people shouldn't hide their things behind a painting. But if we were to switch out those paintings for instead map art of our own design, then we can start to hide our entrance in a more interesting way. For one, if we wanted to, we could copy different textures, so that's a lot more versatile than a painting. And if your server's already got a map room going, then you can hide it right there and it'll blend in perfectly. Really, as much as I think hiding your entrance behind anything like a painting is a bad idea, at least with this we get way more variety to play around with. Number 11. Now, when you're playing in survival, there's certain blocks that you're just not going to see lying around. That is, unless you want to play a prank with one of these. As you can see, with the power of map art, we can create illegal block lookalikes. Boom, just like that. You got command blocks and bedrock in your base. How'd you do it? Well, Magician never reveals their secrets. As long as your friends don't go around trying to punch out the block, then you can get away with this pretty cool way of putting them on display. So while you might not get admin privileges on that SMP anytime soon, you can at least pretend that you do. And as far as I'm concerned, that's the next best thing. Number 12. Anyone who's ever put together a shop knows just how bland signs are to use. I mean, first you gotta sell people their eyes, folks, and this is definitely not doing that. So if you want to be a bit more creative and diversify your shop from every other one and every other server ever, then using maps as info cards is a pretty great way of doing it. Really, whether you're using this to tell people the prices at your store or how to use a redstone machine, this can convey a message a lot better than reading some text. And I gotta say, it's way more of a treat on the eyes than having to read some small black text on a dark wood oak sign. So put some of these in your world and save your friends from a lifetime having to wear glasses like me. Number 13. While Minecraft paintings might not get a lot of love all the time, they do have a pretty iconic style. So while Minecraft maps are already great for pixel art, what I actually say looks even cooler is taking your image and making it look like a Minecraft painting. If you match the resolution like so, then you can actually have it look just along the same lines as every other painting in the game. And believe me when I tell you that this would make a great addition to sneak in your friend's gallery. If you do the job just right, you might actually be able to squeak by without them noticing, which I think is the way you earn the title of the proper pixel Picasso. Number 14. If you're building out a base in the nether, then looking up at that same ugly red tinted sky can get pretty old pretty fast. I mean, at least in the overworld you get clouds. That's way more of a treat to look at. So if you want to recreate that, then you can actually do such by making windows or sky illusions in your base. And it definitely puts you on the right track to turning your underground base into way more of a Caesar's palace. So if you ever get bored of the trapped in lifestyle, this might be a way to get a change of scenery without actually having to, well, change the scenery of your base. And honestly, I don't know which one would be more effort to do. Number 15. This might have to be one of my favorite map uses yet. You see, if you're willing to put in the fairly repetitive work of making 52 different cards, then you can actually play different card games in Minecraft. Just set up a table of item frames and you can go straight into playing war, poker, whatever with your friends. Luckily, because the cards are so similar, you don't have to lay out 52 different cards in your world. Rather, just make a template like this, change out either the number of the suit when you're ready, and then lock each new one that you make. After that, you can make as many copies as you want and you got a fully portable deck of cards in your Minecraft world. Number 16. Nether hubs for transportation are a great idea, because clearly traveling in the nether is so much faster than the overworld, it's completely worth it. But sometimes navigating around one of these things can be pretty complex. So in that case, it's worthwhile to look into this idea of making a nether hub map. As you can see here, you can lay out for any player to see the different portals and more importantly, their destinations. And personally, for every time I made a wrong turn in a nether hub and accidentally traveled thousands of blocks off course, if I'd had one of these, I wouldn't have been as likely to get lost. Number 17. One of the most classic ways to use your map art is by making an infinity room. Now, if you haven't seen it, the way this works is that we're making full white snow-covered maps and then putting them on full bright light. Just like that, your friend gets transported into the matrix and you have no clue which direction you're even looking at. Truly, if your friend's AFK, this is one of the classic traps to put them in. As long as they're a good sport and don't try to break any blocks on their way out, then you can give them quite the run for their money when they come back from being AFK. But hey, it's not lethal and overall it's just some harmless fun to pull on your friends. Number 18. Now, Minecraft and pranks are almost synonymous. If you just give me a moment, I'll show you what this one is like as soon as I log into the server. Any moment now, I'm sure it's gonna happen, or maybe not, because as you can see here, by using custom map art, we can actually make a fully functional loading screen prank. Now look, there are some downsides to make this a pretty tough prank to pull off condition-wise. Like if you build it at spawn, you actually spawn within an area of a certain point instead of just a single certain block. However, if you put it next to something more precise like a bed or respawn anchor, then you're able to get it a little closer to comfort. In my mind, this goes down as one of the best bait and switches in the game. Number 19. Now, it's nothing new to Minecraft that people make one-to-one scale models of different places on our actual Earth. But with that being said, I've seen way less people take on building map art of an actual map. This makes for a pretty good surprise for anyone expecting it to be a regular map. They step closer, oh, it's Hawaii. So for someone like me who doesn't actually have the building chops to put my real-world hometown into Minecraft, then this is the next best thing to putting it actually in your Minecraft game. What's the practicality? I just can't say, but is it gonna look cool? Well, that's indisputable. And with that, folks, chart out that subscribe button down below and have a good one, all right?
Wow.
Do not put this enchantment on your shovel. And here's why you should use barrels instead of chests. And these are 67 Minecraft things that could be harmful. And hey, as you can see from this number, we're getting painfully close to 6 million subscribers. So if you see a button below, consider subscribing. It's free, and it helps out a ton. Now, an efficiency 5 netherite shovel seems great, but it's actually a ripoff. Since as it turns out, having an efficiency 4 enchantment is already good enough to instant mine every shovelable block. So if you waste the time to get yourself up to efficiency 5, you're just going for style points. But honestly, I'm even guilty of this myself. It just looks awkward to have yourself an efficiency 4 right next to all your other efficiency 5 tools. But even if it's understandable, it still could be recklessly expensive to do. Villager trades can be a ripoff, but this one quite literally is. Since in the past, there used to be a glitch where old villagers could sometimes require more than 64 emeralds for a trade. And not only is it expensive, but it's also impossible, since you can only put up a stack of emeralds in the item slot. With the 1.19 update, we've got ourselves the new recovery compass item. And if you're able to track down the echo shards necessary
necessary to make one of these, it seems like a pretty useful item to have, unless you're inside of hardcore mode. Since obviously if you die here, there's no need to get pointed back to your last death, since at that point the world's deleted and you can just move on. Now, this armor might look overpowered, but it's actually not that much. Since even though back in 1.14 you could get yourself a full set of armor with every single protection enchantment, that was actually unnecessary, since the level of protection for certain damage types is already capped. So even if you went through the effort of getting every single protection put on your armor, you weren't even seeing the full benefits of it. And at the very least, let's hope that when you were putting all those enchantments on, you added on Mending as well, because otherwise I think you're gonna get the too expensive message in the anvil, and that's a lost cause. Now, a netherite beacon is a huge flex, but when you crunch the numbers, you might want to reconsider that. Since to get all the materials necessary to pull off a full netherite beacon, you would need 5,904 netherite scraps, which sure enough means you're gonna have to find 5,904 ancient debris blocks, and I just can't account for that kind of luck. So if you're Wazi and want to do this for a thumbnail, that's completely fine, but for a regular person like you and me, I don't think it's gonna cut it. And when it finally comes time for you to activate that netherite beacon, the cost can only get higher. Since while most of us would choose to activate this with iron or gold, clearly those aren't the only ways to do it. Really, if you're spending a netherite ingot or a diamond to get one of these powered up, better make sure they have someone watching, because otherwise you're just spending money for no one's benefit. We might notice that only big spenders are building their nether portals with 4 corners, since as we all know, it's unnecessary. I mean, even the Yogscast taught us that. Plus, it's not like obsidian can be easily farmed anyway, so if you're doing this, you're really just wasting time in 2 different ways, both in mining the obsidian and spending the extra time to lay out those 4 blocks. So really, the only time you should see a nether portal built in this layout should be when you go through the nether and it generates over there. But in any other case, I'd recommend putting that 4 extra obsidian into an enchanted table or something. There's a lot of arguments about what's the best fuel to use in a furnace, but I can safely say this is the worst. Since while it doesn't look that bad to put your jukebox in as a furnace fuel, consider the underlying cost. Since for each one of these jukeboxes, you're spending 1 diamond inside. And there you go, just by putting a jukebox in the furnace, you're literally burning money. And I doubt you can recoup that cost by selling whatever steak you cooked in that furnace. Nether gold has gained a lot of popularity for its use in piglin bartering. So if you're trying to round up some more cash to make it rain on Porky Pig, then this is definitely the best way to go about it. You see, when you mine nether gold ore with a fortune pickaxe, you're just gonna get a handful of nuggets. Instead, you should always use silk touch on this ore and then smelt the ore down for a single ingot. So you can just trade this directly to the piglins and walk away with your rewards. Simple as that. As you can plainly see, even if you've got a cauldron filled up to the brim with water, it'll never break your fall. Which if that was the case and you were only able to break your fall in full water source blocks, fine. So tell me, why am I able to fall in this chest or puddle and save my legs, but fall into more water in this cauldron? No luck. Every now and then, Mojang will add in an item, but then it just flies under the radar because it doesn't get used. And for my money, I gotta say that one of those is rabbit stew. Because after all, if you take all the different ingredients that it takes to make a rabbit stew and just eat them separately, it will fill up more hunger than the rabbit stew does altogether. So either Mojang needs to change it so that these stews have a bit more bone for them, or they're just gonna stay at the bottom of the eating bin. If you want to play Minecraft survival without the added challenge of, well, surviving, then peaceful mode is an obvious choice. Or so you thought. You see, even though this mode claims to remove all dangerous mobs, one spy seems to have slipped through the cracks. While playing on peaceful mode, the llama is the only mob capable of harming the player. I mean, I know spit is gross, but is it really that bad to be the only damaging thing in the mode? Well, luckily, these animals only attack when they're provoked. So in the meantime, maybe just stick to the truly passive cows for your leather, alright? Turtle eggs are perhaps the most fragile thing in Minecraft. Truly, just about anything can trample these, whether that's us, baby zombies, or even bees. Yeah, that's right, bees. Now, I get that these bees are pretty chubby by most standards, but I thought their wings would make them a little lighter on their feet. But apparently, according to Mojang, mixing your honey and skewed farms together isn't gonna happen anytime soon. Which, when you say that out loud, that part makes sense. You see, if you've got a smelting setup where you're smelting more than a stack of items at a time, probably through use of a hopper, then it turns out that crafting 9 coal into a block of coal actually give you more burning power than just using 9 coal separately. You see, when you craft it into a block, now it does the equivalent of 10 coal smelts. Meaning that for big smelting jobs, it's the way to go. But if you're just doing a few items here and there, then it's really just best to use regular coal split up. Now, it's common sense that if you're on fire, water is the cure-all solution. I mean, even cauldrons uphold that fact. They aren't exactly for consistency. But if we all know that to be true, then I ask, how in the world does this work? As it happens, if you're on fire in a boat, you're able to submerge yourself in water and still burn the same. Stranger still is that you're still able to drown in that very water, even if it doesn't put you out. And folks, that's the definition of a lose-lose situation. This is what I'm personally guilty of, and lately I've been trying to cut back. You see, even though chests are a staple of Minecraft storage, as it turns out, in most cases, they might not be the best option. As it stands, most of the time, barrels are just a much better option to use. They're more efficient for resources, and more importantly, they're gonna save you from a ton of lag down the road. Basically, whenever possible, check out the chest and just stick to barrels for your options. Take your place in the blocks as a foundation for your new house. Laying them out in a row won't have your flow interrupted by measly flour. Since tulips, unlike the neighboring grass, have their own persistent hitbox, meaning we can't just place our blocks as we please. Which means most of the time we see these, they're just gonna be a roadblock to your building flow. When building in Minecraft, stairs can be a great item to use to add depth to your bases. So if you're making a lot of them, you're using a crafting table, you're doing it wrong. This one mostly applies to people who've been playing Minecraft since before the stonecutter was added in. Because as soon as you see how many blocks this can save you when applicable, there really is no reason not to use this thing. And when you're crafting as many stairs as I do, it really does add up. So I'm glad to take my discounts when I can. Laying out a redstone contraption can be tough work. And nothing kills the pride of putting in all that hard work just to have it be broken because you placed it on a regular ground block. You see, if you're doing your redstone on a naturally occurring block, then it's just gonna be a recipe for confusion. So instead, just color code your contraption, which in turn makes the redstone even easier to fix. As now you can just look at one part instead of the whole thing. Stop building your crop farms like this. Instead, you gotta do it like this. And that's not just personal preference, but it's actually coded into the game where the crops grow faster if they're planted in rows. So to fix this problem, what you should be doing in your farms is either alternating your crop rows or leaving about one block of space in between. And no joke, because of the secret feature, you'll see an immense increase to your growth speed. And when you go to replant your next harvest, you'll want to keep that in mind. Accidentally crafting something is a bad time that we've all been through. Because when you mistakenly craft another chest plate for your friend, that's a lot of value that you just washed down the drain. Now sure, you could smelt it in your furnace for return, but folks, that's a rip off in its own way. A full durability iron or gold chest plate, which costs 72 nuggets to craft, reduces down to only 1 in a furnace. And I'm familiar with the margin of error, but that just seems ridiculous. And it's definitely not worth the attempt. Everyone knows that when you start up a new world, the wooden tools that you make at the beginning are quickly gonna be outclassed. And while that's to be expected, you shouldn't just throw away those duds as soon as they're done for. You see, when you're starting out, any resources that you have are a hot commodity. If you're not using your mostly broken wooden tools to smelt up other things in a furnace, then you're doing it wrong. And plus, it's a bit more of a sentimental send-off than just throwing the things into a ditch. When you're getting ready to start a big project, most of us like to have little tiny base camps that we can refer back to. Most of the time, there's nothing too complex going on here. We got temporary storage and crafting setups and the like. But a key reminder to everyone who does this, as soon as you're done with the project, remember to take those out. Trust me, nothing quite takes away from the sight of your cool new build like having to see a little toolkit left around. Before you start out building that perfect nether hub for you and your friends, you gotta keep something in mind, which is as nice as it might look to use all the different blocks and wood types that you're expecting to from the overworld, don't get ahead of yourself. Because that nearby ghast might just have a few things to say about that new hub. Really, if you're building in the nether, you should always use blast resistant blocks. If you're planning on naming your tools, do not do it after applying any enchanted books. Since it's laid out in this example, every time you go to name your tool after you've taken it up a couple levels, it's gonna get much more expensive to do. And that'll in turn bring up the entire enchantment cost of the whole tool, which is something we want to avoid entirely. So come up with a name before you do the step wrong, otherwise you're just wasting experience. Some things sound cooler in theory than they are in execution. And I hate to say it, but I think Frostwalker's in that bunch. Don't get me wrong, when it works and you're sprinting in time with the ice, it's great. But all it takes is one jump or a bit of hesitation, then that whole rhythm is doomed. Sure enough, once you're in the water, there's no way to reactivate the enchantment without finding another shoreline. And if you ask me, that grievance keeps this enchantment from being the real staple it could be. A long-standing tradition of Minecraft is you can actually craft 9 of a different material into a bigger block. And for that reason, it's always a surprise to me that we can't do that with a nether wart block. Lord knows that I can take 9 of these and actually craft them into a nether wart block, so why can't I undo the process? Way too many times putting a nether wart block in a crafting table and getting surprised as to why I don't get my nether wart back. And I've got a feeling I'm not the only one who does that. Few things in Minecraft are quite as much of an eyesore as a creeper hole. Look, it happens. Sometimes when you find that creeper, it's just gotta explode. But even though that's a completely understandable mistake, you don't need to go leaving around the evidence everywhere. Everyone who's played on a multiplayer server knows one person who doesn't take the time to fill in creeper holes, or worse, doesn't even fill them in correctly. Just clean up the job and don't let the creepers get the best of your world. If you enchant like this, you're doing it wrong. Because as Nembon lays out, there's a way to properly use an anvil to allow us to apply more than 30 enchantments to an item. And considering there are 30 enchantments in the game, this basically means that we can get any enchantment that you want onto that one item without ever seeing the too expensive screen show up. And the reason for this basically comes down to a different pointed system that gives different values to different enchantments. But if I were to list them out for every enchantment right here, we'd be here all day. So I'd recommend checking out Nembon's video to see more about how the details are done. Because while it might take a learning curve to figure out, as soon as you've got it, your tools are about to get a lot more powerful, and more importantly, you'll still be able to repair them. Villages can be one of the most helpful resources in Minecraft, which is all the more reason that you should never be hanging around one without sleeping. I don't care if most of the time it turns out alright, because every time that you hit midnight, you have a 10% chance of spawning a zombie siege. And folks, it only takes one of those to completely ruin your population. Really, let's be honest, there's beds everywhere in a village. If you're not using one of those to sleep, then you just gotta get out of town. Wither skeletons are generally scary to come across. So just imagine if one of these had the range of the overworld cousin. Well, apparently that's a lot more fact than fiction. If you actually give a wither skeleton a bow, not only does it beef up the attack area, but it also gives it fire arrows to shoot. And in retrospect, it's probably for the best that Mojang didn't give them a bow from the beginning. The last thing the Nether Fortress needs is another flame shooter. While Mojang works to bring Java features over the Bedrock edition, one notable exception so far is the lack of a hardcore mode in Bedrock, which seems disappointing until you realize Bedrock's tendency for random fall damage bugs. Cases like this, where the player just seemingly dies out of nowhere with no rhyme or reason. And it only takes one look towards something like Reddit to see just how much this annoys the community. So while hardcore and Bedrock would be a welcome addition, if you're working at just like that, we've got a problem. Look, when you're playing in harder difficulties, then a lot of times spawners seem like more trouble than they're worth. But then the problem becomes after I've gone through all of that, when I want to actually make a farm, I have to go find a new spawner. Even though in the moment it might be a hassle to go in and deactivate one of these spawners on the spot, the EXP and items that you're going to get after the fact definitely make up for it. So in the future, let's just try to think about the long term and maybe use torches for these going forward. While most players know to use critical hits in PvP, they still can do a fair amount of damage when you're doing it just against mobs. For example, take this pillager mob. If we use a netherite sword normally, we can kill the thing in 3 hits. But if we use critical stabs instead, then we're getting the job done in 2. Just like that, you'll be saving yourself time and durability, which are both things I think we'd all love to have. Obsidian mining is a pain in its own right, but as anyone knows, if you're mining this by lava, there's even more opportunities for irritation. So you take the time to mine out one of these cubes, only for some then newly exposed lava to flow and then burn that item right before you can grab it. It's a rude awakening, that's for sure. And while there are ways to mitigate the risk by using a water bucket, that doesn't bring back the one I lost to the fiery abyss. And all that wasted time is surely gonna sting as you mine the next one. This shovel's too fast, which sounds like a ridiculous problem to have, but it can actually come up in certain instances. Like say I have a stack of gravel in my offhand, and I'm trying to mine them with the shovel at the same time to get flint. So what if my shovel has the efficiency to insta-mine, then it breaks the gravel before it lets me place down another block. But instead, by using a slower shovel here, you can just hold down both buttons and completely mine through the stack without interruption. Proving that sure enough, slow and steady can't win the race. So Minecraft has its fair share of prickly blocks. Now when you're starting out, this makes sense, but when I got a full case of netherite armor on my body, I don't get why I'm still getting hit by thorns. Granted, I don't think the barrier here should be just as simple as wearing armor. For example, if I'm wearing a leather helmet, I should still get poked on the rest of my body. But if I've got diamonds on my chest, legs, and boots, I don't know why I'm getting hit as much. And it would make traveling through these forest biomes a whole lot less of a pain. Cauldrons are famous for not making a lot of sense, but this might take the cake. Because even though lava cauldrons behave mostly how you'd expect lava to react, it turns out they're a bit too good at it. Sure, they can burn players and items, but they're also capable of catching fire to usually lava-resistant mobs, like zombified piglins. And folks, that just blows my mind. Every feature that Minecraft adds to the cauldron is like a monkey's paw. Your wish might be granted, but not how you expect it. By themselves, villagers are an irritating mob, but when you try to move them, that frustration cranks up to 11. Since they can't be led around like pigs or cows, we need something like a boat to take them long distances. But using a boat in a village has its own problems. Namely, if you row the boat on top of a path block, you're out of luck. Since you can't row the boat upwards, that 1 pixel is all it takes to lock your boat to that path. And now you gotta break it and start all the way over. Potions of harming can do some real damage, but if you're making your set with a potion of healing, you might want to reconsider. You see, this potion can be brewed from either a potion of healing or one of poison. And if you compare the ingredients, the gold necessary for the glistering melon is much more useful elsewhere than the spider eye alternative. Since spider eyes are only useful for brewing, I think you'll be much happier to make your death potion this way and save those gold doubloons for a better investment. Item frames are an incredibly versatile block for decorations. And with the recent addition of glowing and invisible variants, there's even more of a reason to use item frames inside your creative builds. But that only makes this problem all that more noticeable. Since when in creative, if you punch an item to get it out of a frame, much like you would in survival, it doesn't drop the item, but just deletes it instead. And that can be quite annoying and definitely unintuitive. So save us the hassle and just drop the item as is. Zombie gold farms are a huge help to have in Minecraft survival. But while the rest of the items that you get are easy to sort, you are going to get a lot of golden swords coming up into your chests. And after your first double chest full of broken golden swords, you're probably just wanting to trash the things. But not too fast, because it actually turns out that you can smelt the golden sword and get an extra nugget out of it. And sure enough, after a while, that extra gold is going to add up. If you're taking the time to fill up each of your water bottles using the cauldron, one water source will only fill up 3 bottles that it needs. But if instead you just take that water source out of the cauldron and place it nearby, then you can fill up an infinite amount of bottles from that. And when it costs 7 iron ingots to get even less return, I think it's safe to say that the cauldron's still a rip-off. When digging a staircase in Minecraft, I think a lot of us tend to think a little too short term. Because sure, mining a 2-block tall staircase on the way down to the mines is fine, but as soon as you try to get back up that staircase, you're going to hit your head on every single one of those ceiling blocks. You don't have to do anything fancy, just an extra block or 2 can make it way less painful to go down into your mines. Trust me, your noggin will thank you for it. Now I get it, math isn't on any of our priority lists, but sometimes when you manage to crunch the numbers, you can actually save yourself some resources. For example, if you're ever going about just smelting 1 log as fuel, you're doing it wrong. If you just turn that 1 log in a crafting table into 4 planks, now all of a sudden you're doing a 4 times return of what you would normally smelt. And plus, it's just fun to get quadruple the results for minimal effort. And anyone who's ever played around with a lot of mobs knows that having plenty of entities in a small area is going to cause a lot of lag. But the thing is, some of us are guilty of building with a lot of entities without even realizing that they're true entities. Like, I'll agree, it looks great to have your storage system with all of these different item frames. But if you've ever done one of those in actuality, then you know better than anyone else that those suckers cause so much lag in bulk. So use them a bit more sparingly, and the extra frames per second will be a definite reward. When you're playing Minecraft long enough, the misclicks are sure to happen. And while most of the time they're just no harm, no foul, if you're holding around an axe all the time, then you could cause some damage. I have a bad habit of doing this every time I try to open up a door with an axe. I'll always just hit the logs that are on either side of it. So to save yourself from this kind of embarrassing mistake in the future, just go around your world holding some other tool in your hand. And then you can just save your axe for when it's actually useful. Stockpiling the Eyes of Ender to both find and fix the end portal is a lot of work. And it'll definitely turn your day sour if you finally find that portal and you don't have enough eyes to actually fill it up. Which is why, folks, when you're on the search for the portal, you should never be constantly using the Eyes of Ender. Each time that you're casting one of those out, you're just rolling the dice that's gonna break. Just stick to minimalism, and that'll really be all you need. It's safe to say that Minecraft is ripping you off. If we hop over to the crafting table and lay out the material for some trapdoors, you'll see that 6 planks breaks down to only 2 trapdoors, which when compared to the 3 doors that we get from 6 planks placed vertically, is just embarrassing. Now, wood is by no means a precious resource, but any scam, no matter how small, is still gonna sting just a bit, and this is no different. If your copper looks like this, I can tell you why it's not oxidizing. Since the way that it's coded, copper blocks need at least 4 blocks between them to oxidize at max speed. And if you have the blocks placed any closer together, it's gonna take much longer, especially if they're touching. So instead, a pattern like this is gonna be the quickest way to do it, helping you to build that Statue of Liberty replica and still get it finished within your own lifetime. When you first start up a Minecraft world, it's not hard to find trees as far as the eye can see. And while that feeling might make you think that you can get away with taking out a couple of them without replanting, it only takes a few repeats of that process before your base starts to look barren. Which is why, obviously, the best way to go about it is to be your team tree self and replant every single tree that you chop down. And best yet, this is sure to keep you on Mother Nature's good side. When you start trying to work your way through the villager trading market, then you definitely gotta be looking out for this. Because sure, it's definitely cool to reroll your villager constantly to try and get the best one. But if you don't convert the villager to a zombie and then change it back right after, then you're just wasting some good trades. If you're not looking to get the hero of the village effect all the time, this is definitely a way to save a couple of your emeralds on your next book. The Ender Dragon is a destructive boss. Truly, unless the block is native to the end, the odds are that it's getting destroyed. And while it makes sense that the dragon could break down your cobblestone tower, why are ender chests on that list? After all, they're made of obsidian, so the logic would figure these are pretty safe. But as you can see when we put these next to the dragon, that's just not true. But hey, at least if she breaks this chest, your items are still well and good up in the cloud. You see, while it is possible to shear a white sheep and then take its wool with a dye in the crafting table to craft a new colored wool, for that same one dye, you could change the wool color of another sheep, and now every single shear that you do is going to give you that new wool. All it takes is 1 round of shearing, and you're already saving yourself some dye. Which, if you're not exactly full up on magenta or whatever, is definitely a helpful cause. If you've ever played on a server, then you know that some of the worst people to play with are the ones who treat multiplayer like they're playing on their single player world. What I mean by that is as you're building things in the world, you gotta be mindful of what other people are doing around you. So maybe don't protect your base with a lava moat if you're on a hill that pours that lava into your friend's backyard. And really, most of us play these games with our friends, so you don't want to be that kind of jerk to one of your buddies. I'm not saying kill your vision, but maybe just be a little bit more mindful. If you're doing something risky, do it away from the other builds in town. Because when you're operating as a free agent, then you could start to ruin a lot of fun, including yours if your friends start to leave. Lighting up caves while you're mining is obviously a good idea, but in specific situations, you might be placing your torches wrong. Because obviously the worst scenario that we want to avoid is that you place your torches on the ground, you go to mine that diamond ore, and all of a sudden all this water splashes on your face. Just like that, your torches are wiped clean, and now you can't see your way back up to the surface. Rather, if you place your torches on the walls, then you can avoid a lot of that same hassle. Stop using redstone dust in your builds, because the truth is that this is one of the lackiest redstone components in the game, especially when you continue to power it off and on. And in lieu of that, you'll find it much more efficient to use powered or activator rails instead, which there you go, costs the same amount of redstone. And at least for that part, it should be an easy transition to make, as long as you got a gold farm. Here we can use the 1 pixel of water on top of a waterlogged chest to not only save us from falls, but also allow for the Riptide enchantment. With the cauldron, no chance. It's only good for extinguishing fire. And maybe it's just me, but I think that's rather pathetic. Stop using shears to collect your leaves. Instead, you should use a hoe. No joke, because in recent versions, the hoe has gotten a much bigger bump to how you can use it. And while it does cost some extra experience to get silk touch on your hoe to do this, the trade-off is that you're gonna get a much better durability than using some shears. And considering all the other blocks that we can break quickly by using this tool, I think that's more than enough reason to switch out your shears for a new side hoe. Fishing in Minecraft is a pastime that's sure to take a while. So if you're looking to save yourself some of that tedium, then you should never be fishing in a spot that doesn't allow for the rain bonus. As some of you might know, if you actually fish in a spot while it's raining in open air, then you're actually able to get a bit of extra points when you're fishing. So really, if you find yourself constantly casting a line down in the dark, then you should take your fishing rod, move it up into the open air, and expect to reap the rewards. Every now and then, you run a little low on a resource like clay, and now you gotta go dig at the bottom of the lake. And even though the amount that you need might be pretty small, you should never be digging underwater without an air pocket, or aqua affinity. Mining while you're submerged takes 5 times longer than doing it regularly, which is a significant difference, and if you're mining multiple blocks at a time, it really adds up fast. So if you don't have enough levels for aqua affinity, then at the very least, plot out the time to give yourself an air pocket. For a lot of us building in survival mode, mobs are the bane of our existence. And while most of the time we try to design around not getting any creepers into the institution, I think what you also gotta keep in mind is making sure that the walls are spider-proof. Because after all, if you just have a stubby barrier that allows any spiders to crawl into your fortress, it's not much of a fortress, is it? As most of us know, any good wall needs a couple of ledges and definitely height to keep the riffraff out. And better yet, it'll look so much nicer than just having some 2-block high cover around your base. I'm sure we've all heard from our parents time and time again to pick up after our mess. But who would have thought that advice would be so applicable in Minecraft? As you can see, if you leave around too many items in the ground, especially when you're mining in a cave, and all it takes is just one zombie to walk over, pick up an item, and now it's not going to despawn. This can become quite a large problem if you have this happening over and over again. Maybe just get rid of the item with flint and steel. Now folks, it's a real pain in the brain when you're getting ready to start a big building project, you go and check your chest, and all of a sudden you're coming up short on things like stone and cobble. Now I'll fully admit they're not the most valuable materials in Minecraft. Far from it. But they're almost essential when it comes to these types of builds. So in the future, when you're branch mining or digging through with a haste 2 beacon, you might want to store a couple of these blocks. Whether you plant your sugarcane on dirt or sand, you're both wrong, since instead you should be using mud. Odd as it sounds, the mud block is actually the best candidate for one particular reason. It's shorter than a full block size, which means that if we place hoppers underneath it, we get 100% collection efficiency. So every item that we break from our sugarcane farms can go right down to where they're supposed to be. And honestly, when the alternative is building one of these using hopper minecarts and a whole other set of hoppers, I think you'll find that just by using a few water bottles, you can get a much more efficient solution. The way that leveling up in Minecraft works is that it takes progressively more and more EXP to get to the next level. That's why, folks, there's very little reason to ever go too far past level 30. For one, like we said, a lot of that new XP is getting wasted the higher and higher that you're going. But it also means that after you die, you could lose all of those levels for nothing. And since Minecraft anvils have a level limit, then it seems like even Mojang doesn't want you to go too high over that cap. Just hit level 30 and cash out. Brewing up potions can sometimes feel like a chore. However, there's some situations where you just gotta bring one of these pals along. For example, if you're someone who in the overworld always carries around a water bucket in their hotbar, then when you go to the nether, you should always change that out for a fire resistance potion. Knowing what potion to bring in when can be a huge help when you're going around your Minecraft world. And more importantly so, it can get you out of danger when you need to. And with that, folks, YouTube thinks that you might like this video. So see if they're right and have a good one, alright?
Okay, yeah. Huh? Huh? What's this? Oh, no thanks. Pixel check, please. Okay. Yep, that works. And that. Play, please. I'm thinking about food right now. Okay. Oh yeah, HelloFresh is actually the best place to get some pre-made kind of food. What is and that has a skeleton. Gmail. So I cannot stop there. I have to keep on spelling. I cannot sprint because I have limited hunger. So that means limited health.
There you go again, looking so.
Looking on the city lights, flashing bright in my eyes. Look up to the sky and I got this relief inside. Then there's no need to
That hasn't been shipped yet. Versus this one, BDR4, also has not been shipped. Okay, there goes one phone. Huh? Really? Start earning on silver?
7:35 at night. Road trip down to the coast. Stereo on high. A vibe in your bleached denim shirts. A couple days of San a sunscreen, and nowhere else to be. In the faded weather, making
What's the one?
hella memories. I wish that we could go back more than just a throwback. Baby, only you and me. Chasing after sunsets back when we were young and living on a movie screen. We were
It's the coldest hand that run down this land where the ocean met. It's the coldest hand that run down this land where the ocean ends. It's the tallest sound, the damn smallest crowd, but their hearts break loud. Far from ever feeling lost with me, I'll push you back towards the land and sea. Let go. I was waiting in the undertow, said I drifted fed away like bones, unaware of where my heart would flow. I was waiting in the undertow.
I'll let that be for a couple
Can't
minutes
touch
because
bar.
I want my screen. So BRB again.
Let's just take a ride along the bay. We don't need to work, we can sit around and play. I've been waiting for so long to get away. Baby, don't hold back, all you gotta do is say, what would you like to be satisfied with me? I've been counting moments of love, I've been catching signs from above. All I wanna do is satisfy you. Baby, all you want is to be satisfied with me.
Oh,
Baby, drinking champagne.
Through this world, will you guide me? Through this pain, will you always hold my hand? When I need you, when I don't know what I'm doing with myself, I'm a lost soul, walking through this world like I have some idea. When I don't, and I take on the baggage 'cause I think that
I scrolled down your Insta page, saw a picture that I didn't want to see. He had his hand around your waist and a smile on your face, like the way you look at me. 'Cause only 8 months ago he was holding your hand, slow dancing and kissing the top of your head. And I don't know how to compete with that, 'cause you were friends since you were kids and it still feels like we just only met. It's too late now to turn around and back again. I made my bed and now I lay my head in it. And I'm sorry I'm not perfect.
I wanna thank you. I wanna thank you for the way you taught me safety. I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They sing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon. Try to catch me howling at the moon.
Skip every bit of it.
Okay, right. About something. Yeah, 25th.
Gene, did you want to start display that? From Minecraft.
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. Chasing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon. Try to catch me howling at the moon. Try to catch me howling at the moon. Try to catch me howling at the moon.
Wood, chuck wood.
When it rains, it pours. Water's up to my chin. Won't stop fighting to the very end.
Okay. That wasn't in all the way. Go for. Got it. And then files. That is VLC, please. Open file. G. Yep. Second to last. Open. Okay. There. Then audio, good. Intersection of.
Lovely.
Open up F. It's done. Okay. Hold on. There we go.
Coming up short, I didn't have
foxes.
There we go.
Intersection of foxes. Lower bear.
Well. What
Right? By lower bear. Foxes. I don't see lower foxes. Yes. Yeah. Little big, one big. Foxes. Okay. There we go. Yeah, much better. Oops. I think that's what? Yeah. Yeah. Let's go with lower foxes.
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. Days been gone and sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon. Try to catch me howling at the moon.
There we go.
So I have one final step to go. There we go. Sorry about low music sounds. And then I. There we go. Much better. What? There we go. That might be better. Yeah. Yes, it is. Okay. Good. I'm into gameplay. My USB is on Windows. Okay, I'm back. Yeah. I'm listening. Okay, I need to sleep. So, yep, Lord Bear Trial. Ugh. Rally. That's it. Okay. Yeah. Yep.
Will do.
Wow. Got quite a few.
I'm tickled pink that things aren't going my way. Cause that would be boring. Spend my last cent on cheese and champagne. What a wonderful morning. Never mind, she declined to the first date.
One. 20 years.
sexy smile, looking focusing. You are hope I will lose control. Love you every night, no checking the time. 'Cause I was loving you all night long. Can let you go, baby, it's the right thing I already know. And you feel it. I really do understand the truth. We can't go any wrong. Need you now. I'm your queen and you're the king.
Yeah.
So king, let's play it how you like. Doesn't make you feel, or you wanna change it, be whatever, watch your life. We can dance, you got to move tonight. Stars are watching us in the sky. I wanna last it forever. It's a sexy smile, looking forward to see you. I hope I will lose control. Love you every night, no checking the time. Just us loving you all night long. I can't let you go, baby. It's the right we already know. And we feel it. I really do. Feels that alone, your back, pushing you down. Tell me love. Never knew a moment could feel so right. Could slow down time like this. Everything I needed is in your eyes and in your mind. Control, got this feeling.
What? Yes, please. What happened if I did not capture?
You're on the pedestal, you got that name right. You got that pretty smile, you got my chain locked. You're the
What? Yes, please.
everything changed that day. I remember trying hard to ignore the signs, but I couldn't and I didn't know why. I remember when I ran so far, like speeding trains in the passenger car. And I remember that you still came back for me. I tried to run and hide, but you were by my side. I can remember thinking you were crazy love, but I don't mind. You wouldn't let me go, you let me take it slow. And now my heart is changing, I'm thinking, baby. I wanna love you better. I wanna love you better. I wanna love you better than before. I wanna love you better.
Yes. Yeah. You think I should have bought more? Yeah. What?
Something new under the sun. You can't take back the things you already done.
Yeah.
No.
You think I should have bought more?
Things that you do on somebody else. No. But they all see
Yeah.
that you need help. But still you try so hard to cover up your game. You try so hard.
Oh, the Clemson Steel method. Askeria had my info, they had theirs. We didn't share each other's info to each other at all. Yeah. So, how my chat with Cody, which was the ski patrol. Ooh, Enderman. Perfect. Okay, what was I doing again? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I was recording video. Yep. No. What? Yeah, that's right. I don't think it's completely on, but I'm trying to own that. Right. Yeah.
to play you, baby. It's more than that. I'm looking for a good vibration. Shawty celebrate, but ain't no celebrations. Closer, closer, closer. Get a little closer, closer from the last one. I'm trying to play you, baby. It's more than that. I'm looking for a good vibration. Shawty celebrate, but ain't no celebrations here. Tryna get paid, yeah. I don't got patience for real. Out in LA, MIA, dodging temptation. Real skin girl, Sade. I'm not here to play. I know you want it all, but I can't give it all away.
That's what I want. Yes? Okay. Yeah? Do the shoes? Okay. Yeah. Got it. Okay. Yeah. Still got mushrooms growing on trees. Not that one. Yeah. Not now. That's fine. No, I don't want this drive. Huh? No, fine.
I'm running your way, but you push me away. Your lifeline, losing your mind. I'm here for you, babe. I've loved you the same this whole time. So tell me, what's on your mind? And I'm not here to
If it's
hear
that
you
one.
say you're fine.
So what is the one back behind it?
The pain you hold inside. I wanna see it. Can I feel your kryptonite?
There we go. Got D. Okay, now I have. Anytime, please. Okay. There we go.
Si no pones feria en la cuenta, rápido cierro la puerta. No importa, se acaba la puerta. Le cambio derecha a la izquierda. Yo cambio el flow como Bugs, que a mí no me toquen para nada. Mírala cómo se mueve, el negocio está bueno montando dinero. Domino, domino, domino. Dámelo, dámelo, crédito. Dímelo, dímelo, sí o no. Rápido van cayendo. Dinero, dinero, yo quiero en serio. Dinero, dinero, con eso no juego. Pues me lo pagan primero, tu año entero. Lo hago en enero. Si no pones feria en la cuenta, rápido cierro la puerta. No importa, se acaba la puerta. Le cambio derecha a la izquierda. Yo cambio el flow como Bugs, que a mí no me toquen para nada. Mírala cómo se mueve, el negocio está bueno juntando dinero. Hay unos que ya no me caen, uno por uno se caen. Presumen y casi no traen, reales ya casi no hay. Dice que quiere cambiar, ponte las pilas y ponte a chambear. Hablando no paga la renta, ni pone dinero en la cuenta. Si no pone feria en la cuenta, rápido cierro la puerta. No importa, se acaba la puerta. Le cambio derecha a la izquierda. Yo cambio el flow como Bugs, que a mí no me toquen para nada. Mírala cómo se mueve, el negocio está bueno juntando dinero. Domino, 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 domino. Dímelo, dímelo, dímelo. Dame el crédito. Domino, domino. Y tiene sentido. Dinero, dinero, lo único. Con eso no juego, te digo. Si no pones feria en la cuenta, rápido cierro la puerta. No importa, se acaba la puerta. Le cambio derecha a la izquierda. Yo cambio el flow como Bugs, que a mí no me toca para nada. Mírala cómo se mueve, el negocio está bueno juntando dinero.
Yeah.
first time. And that's the reason why I have Nightbots not modded. That way I can keep on yelling. Of course. Yeah, what's today? 8 natural, 1 natural, 22.
Yeah. Daily amount of life drinks is almost been fulfilled.
Where is it?
Nice.
Hey everyone, Ben here from Stretch Sense. I wanted to talk about the performance of motion capture gloves. You see, here at Stretch Sense, we are relentlessly focused on making the world's highest performing motion capture gloves. But I realize we haven't actually talked much about what performance actually means, why it matters so much, and what we're doing differently about it. If you look at a human hand, there's an incredible variety of different movements that I can make. I can spread my fingers, I can bend them, my thumb and finger can interact, my fingers can interact, my palm can collapse in interesting ways, my knuckles can move, and that's before we even go to picking up objects, solving props using tools, and what have you. So hands are very complicated. And a high-performing motion capture system, what it will do is it will capture the highest number of those different complicated movements. If you think about it, maybe a hand can move 100 different unique little subtle ways. A high-performing motion capture system will capture, say, all 100, and then deploy them directly without the need for cleanup into final animated content. A low-performing system, you'll try to capture the same movements, and it won't deploy them directly into final content. The quality will be low, you'll need to clean up, and you need to spend time money into doing that. So why does this matter to a studio? Well, I think there's really 4 key things that really matter. So the first is time. If you have a low-performing finger mocap solution, what's going to happen is you're going to have to pay your animators to sit there, sometimes for weeks, sometimes for months on a big project, cleaning up the bad low-quality data that you just got. This adds enormous time to the creative cycle. Instead of seeing something quickly, like maybe the day after you've shot it or even the same day, you have to wait weeks or months to see it. That slows down the creative cycle of the studio. It pushes out deadlines and timelines, and it reduces the amount of work the studio can actually do. So the biggest advantage of high-performing motion capture gloves or finger tracking solutions is the time saving. If the finger can interact with it. Hey, Hey everyone, Ben here from Stretch Sense. I wanted to talk about the performance of motion capture blocks. You see, here at StretchSense, we are relentlessly focused on making the world's highest performing motion capture blocks. But I realize we haven't actually talked much about what performance actually means, why it matters so much, and what we're doing about. If you look at a human hand, there's an incredible variety of different movements that I can make. I can spread my fingers, I can bend them, my thumb and finger can interact, my fingers can interact, my palm can collapse in interesting ways, my knuckles can move, and that's before we even go to picking up objects, holding props, using tools, and what have you. So hands are very complicated. And a high-performing motion capture system, what it will do is it will capture the highest number of those different complicated movements. If you think about it, maybe a hand can move 100 different unique little subtle ways. A high-performing motion capture system will capture, say, all 100, and then deploy them directly without the need for cleanup into final animated content. A low-performing system, you'll try to capture the same movements, and it won't deploy them directly into final content. The quality will be low, you'll need to clean up, you'll need to spend time money into doing that. So why does this matter to a studio? I think there's really 4 key things that really matter. So the first is time. If you have a low-performing finger mocap solution, what's going to happen is you're going to have to pay your animators to sit there, sometimes for weeks, sometimes for months on a big project, cleaning up the bad low-quality data that you just got. This adds enormous time to the creative cycle. Instead of seeing something quickly, like maybe the day after you've shot it or even the same day, you have to wait weeks or months to see it. That slows down the creative cycle of the studio. It pushes out deadlines and timelines, and it reduces the amount of work the studio can actually do. So the biggest advantage of high-performing motion capture gloves or finger tracking solutions is the time savings. It's how much faster your business can run, how much more creative and agile that you can be. The second big advantage is that if you don't have a high-performing system and your animators are working on cleanup, they're not really being maximally creative, right? Think about it. Animators didn't go to school to clean up messy, crappy data that they captured from a bad mocap before. They actually want to create new and novel IP and be creative. Having high-performing mocap data frees them up and gives them more time to do things that are actually value-added to create new IP for a studio. The third thing is stress. It really sucks to go and spend the whole day doing a motion capture shoot, getting people in, getting them set up, running the whole thing, and then you have no idea through it if you're going to get garbage at the end of the day. We can all live with that stress, but that's not really fun, that's not nice. It's much better to have a high-performing system and you actually can have confidence that what you put in is what you're going to get out. And then the final thing is money. Obviously, paying people to sit there cleaning up bad motion capture performances is expensive, it costs studios a lot of money, and we really want to minimize that. So here at StretchSense, we have a novel new-to-market type of stretchable sensor technology. These sensors are wonderful for measuring fingers, and unlike legacy systems, they don't suffer from occlusion, they don't suffer from drift, they don't impede the motion of an active hand. And that's really cool. With that strong, robust, accurate, comfortable sensor foundation, we can use machine learning in a way that no one else in the market can. So when we have a new sensor design, a new glove design, and new machine learning software, we actually put the gloves on the test of people, they move their hand around, and we look and see how many of those key poses or key movements does the glove actually capture with a high enough fidelity that can be used directly to final animated content. Our gloves get better over time as we add more data to them, and they can learn and be customized to the output that an individual studio actually wants. To put all this together, we're super proud of the progress that we've made in our quest to make them the perfect pair of motion capture.
Including all of this has haptics, or at least it will have haptics.
And we're so proud of it, we're very comfortable to have people try them out. So if you'd like to go with our technology, just drop us a line at www.stretchsense.com to do a trial here and you can get started. Thank you everyone, happy mocap.
Trial pair is $1,000 just to get that. No, make it or was it 3,000 for the pair?
It's that time of the year again. Every September, Apple comes out with a new iPhone. They also come out with a new way to make their iPhones harder to repair. Last year, the iPhone 13 had its Face ID deactivated after screen replacements.
However, if you change out the screen, that will cause it not to work, and this is a serious problem for anybody.
Whether you used an Apple original screen or not, it would deactivate. After tons of negative press, Apple decided to reverse that decision. However, this was not the case for most of their other anti-repair tactics. Apple is consistently trying to make repairs harder for third-party repair shops. The consumer, the environment, and independent repair shops are affected by this act of negligence. Did Apple add any more anti-repair tactics to that list? Well, I purchased 2 iPhone 14s to find out. If you're wondering why I purchased the iPhone 14s instead of the iPhone 14 Pro, well, I have reason to believe that the iPhone 14 is full of surprises on the inside. While the outside might look very similar to the iPhone 13, sources tell me that it's not at all. Inside the box, we have our USB-C to Lightning port cable. We also have some Apple stickers and the SIM ejector. Apple stated that they've removed the SIM card tray in the US. I can confirm that that is just an American thing, because I'm from Canada. One of these is an iPhone 13. Can you even tell? The only noticeable difference is the bigger camera bumps. Aside from that, they look practically identical. Now that we got the unboxing out of the way, it's time to open these up and see what surprises are inside. We'll hit the iPhone 14 with a unscrew. Now's the scary part. There's been rumors that they completely changed the design of the iPhone 14, so I really don't want to break it. The best thing we can do right now is cook the iPhone 14. While the iPhone 14 is cooking, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, hit that bell button. We'll use our Jimmy tool, a suction cup to lift up the display, and plastic prying cards so that we don't damage anything. Open it up. Okay, what? This is different. So for reference, this is what a normal iPhone 13 looks like, and this is what the iPhone 14 looks like. It seems like they completely redesigned this phone. Even though the outside looks the same, the inside is clearly very, very different. It looks like Apple might have just gotten a little more repair friendly. So what we have here is a similar design to what the Pixels have. Basically, where you can disconnect and reconnect the screen extremely easily. This would make screen replacements 100 times easier. Could this be Apple becoming more repair friendly? We don't know yet. More, let's find out. So we obviously can't get in from the front. We're gonna have to remove the screen and disconnect the proximity sensor assembly and go in from the back. I don't see another way. Unscrew.
Why not the phone, first off?
disconnect the screen, disconnect the front proximity sensor, and that is our screen. They're getting thinner and thinner every year. The screen looks almost identical to the iPhone 13 screen. They might even be interchangeable. I'll test that out in another video. We're gonna have to recook the iPhone 14 and start prying at the back. We'll pry into the back the same way we pried into the front. Hopefully we don't break anything. Open it up. And what? This looks so weird. I don't even know how to do this. It just looks wrong. I mean, iPhones have opened up from the front since the iPhone 5, and now we're back to opening it up from the back. So when you open it up, you're greeted by those two big cameras, which are now fully exposed and can easily be damaged. We're also greeted by the battery, an A15 Bionic sticker, its haptic engine. It looks like the wireless charger is connected via this flex cable over here, so we're gonna have to disconnect that and look further into this device. This is easily the biggest change Apple has made to the interior of the iPhone, from the iPhone 8 to the iPhone X. That was the biggest change last time. This is the biggest change since then. Be crazy. I really wonder if the iPhone 14 Pro looks like this, but I don't think it does. Unscrew, disconnect the wireless charger. Separating the back glass from the actual phone would be a huge help to those who wish to repair it. Previously, back glass, I sound like I'm doing a commercial. Previously on Phone Repair Guru. Back glass was considered irreparable because of the strength of the glue that Apple placed on these phones. But then we started using laser machines to remove it, which is a lengthy and quite messy and annoying process. But if back glass is now removable, it makes repairing iPhones that much easier because glass breaks, and we should have a contingency plan for when it does. And this is that, so thank you, Apple. The back glass actually has the MagSafe magnets, the wireless charger, the flash, and the microphone all built in. This is a very interesting design, and it kind of reminds me of the old iPhone 4s and 4Ss. They used to open up the same way. Basically, what we're going to do now is we're going to try and remove the logic board from the actual housing. We're going to basically swap logic boards with the other iPhone 14 to see what kind of messages pop up and see if Apple added any new anti-repair tactics. Let's do this. I'm just going to kind of speed through this because this is going to take quite a long time.
I don't have cockroaches around me, bro. 15 minutes.
Now it looks like we can remove our logic board, and this is it. It looks rather similar to the iPhone 13 logic board, just kind of flipped over. Apple has clearly done some massive changes on the inside of this phone this year, and honestly, I applaud them for this up until this moment. We'll see if there's any tricks up their sleeve very shortly. If you're wondering how I know how to disassemble this and how I know where all the screws are and everything, I don't. I've just been fixing phones for so long, and this blue mat really helps me out a lot. Basically, I can organize my screws in the fashion they came out with the phone so that I'm able to reassemble it with ease. Link is in the comments for these. Go check them out. Now we're gonna speed run through taking the black iPhone 14 apart and remove the logic board, and then we're gonna place that logic board in our blue iPhone 14.
What can you throw into it? Why make it come from?
Now we have the second logic board removed. We're gonna do the swap. So I've labeled the blue logic board with the blue sticker, if the sticker sticks, and I'm gonna keep this here, and I'm gonna put the black one with the blue one. We're gonna move the black iPhone 14 aside, and we'll bring the blue iPhone 14 with the black logic board back. Now we're gonna reinstall the black logic board into the blue housing and turn it on. We have everything connected. We're gonna turn this phone on, go through the setup, and see what kind of messages pop up. This is a perfect opportunity to see if Face ID works. Let's set this up. Face ID is not available, so Face ID parts are not interchangeable. We knew that already. That's not a huge surprise to us, and we are in. Right off the bat, we're greeted by Face ID issue detected. Important camera message. We have all the usual Face ID issue, important camera message, and important battery message. Oh, we just got the important display message. None of these are new. This is pretty standard. I'm gonna quickly go through the phone and see if I can find any other issues right off the bat. So I tried to open the front camera, and I was just getting nothing.
If anything, that's an expression that I've experienced in this.
Well, the thing is,
if anything, is like pardon my words.
I scrolled down the Insta page, saw a picture that I didn't want to
I
see.
watched it a touch further.
He had his hand around your waist and a smile on your face like the way you look at me. Cause only 8 months ago he was holding your hand, slow dancing and kissing the top of your head. And I don't know how to compete
first off,
with that,
somebody
cause you were
made our
friends,
cams
you
go
were
down.
kids, and it still feels like we just
don't know
only
who,
met.
But sure,
Yeah, I was so naive, thinking that you've only felt this way from me. You always tell me I'm the only one you wanna be with, so why can I believe it?
Webcam turned off.
Yeah, old boyfriends kinda scare me, cause they all got a little bit of history.
And A.
Even when you try to tell me, I got no real reason to worry. Mine starts to imagine things that never happened. I start to believe that you're still in love. With some other has been. Baby, I'm just asking, do you think I'm gonna be the last one?
That isn't that ugly.
Last one.
Oh, that is scary.
I've heard stories about exes.
I have those all around my house for earbuds. Oh, that's fine.
It's too late now to turn around and back again. I made my bed and now I lay my head in it. And I'm sorry I'm not perfect, but I knew that I wouldn't be. I guess it's for the best, you know the worst in me.
How's it going, bro?
Cancel. Good.
It's normal.
Okay, there. Me and my cousin Aliana.
Hold on a second. I need to refresh again.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I see. I can see now, bro.
Can you see it?
Nice.
Did you see the line?
That's easy to fix.
That's also easy to fix, bro. Yeah. It seems like a serious LCD replacement for that, from what I can tell. Possible home button and maybe water damage.
I'll get a new screen after I get my green screen.
Yep.
That's very helpful because let me just.
Alice, have you thought of the style of green screen that is AI based? AI green screen? Because that goes along with, say, Zoom. Yeah. If anything, if you download Zoom, it has their own AI green screen. But also, if you're going to, say, XSplit, look around there, they also have their own AI artificial based green screen too. I don't know the official names of it, but it's possibilities of doing that. Yeah, go. If anything, I'm just throwing myself out there as much as I can. So I might be a know-it-all to some, but I'm not a know-it-all to others. I just have a quite a few intentions. That is a good question. Help with social media, because that can be easy to set up. Help with computer software, that's a bit harder, but I would have to help. Security, merch. Okay, merch isn't really that bad to find free websites to go to for getting images on shirts.
Okay.
Are you having fun yet, bro?
Let's go real estate.
I agree. I have had to deal with that before for just teaching how to see. Hello, bro. Huh? There's my yellow. This is not my company, bro. This is an idea of Mr. Officials, but the thing is, I already have my own thing going on, bro. But the thing is, I go in-person style of business. My business is actually Questions Incorporated or so. At least that's what I like to call it, but it's really just questions. Hello, sir. Hey. Hey, I just joined the iDroid company. I have my own business going on. Hold on. Watching stream. Yep, I see it, bro. No, that is my company. I don't work for a company, bro. The thing is, I just haven't really let you know. Questions? That's my title of my company. That's actually the one that I produce in my WP Passport, which is my own database of information about over. It's all applied right now. Other than but these are also really outreach too. They are good, yeah. I have I would say go pass.
episode. Yeah. Yes. Escape.
I would wait for like rain for that. Okay. Who would really be wearing that outdoors in like the my preference would be Michael or Steve, and not Steve Fairlawn. And they're painful. Probably a Trump.
What if you could have your very own legal money printing machine that paid you every 2 weeks like clockwork, could cover your bills, upgrade your lifestyle, and even replace your job? It takes zero time.
Yes.
The year is 2041, and the United States is reeling from war. But that hasn't stopped business from booming. Welcome to Tasteville recently opened its 1,000th restaurant. Chili Bowl bought a small island in the Pacific. And Max Mears continues to be in and out of various ventures. And as for Cook Serve Delicious, well, it continues to be regarded as the finest restaurant in the world. Until it was destroyed 20 minutes ago.
Easy on the brakes, Whisk. Sorry, Cleaver. This old hunk of junk needs some love and care.
Jeez, look at this place.
Do you think anyone made it?
Only one way to find out.
Hey, Cleaver! I think I found a survivor! Give me a hand!
On my way. All right, 1, 2, 3, lift.
Holy crap, is that the chef from Cook Serve Delicious? I'm such a big fan.
Chef, I've got some good news and some bad news. Your vitals look fine, just some minor scrapes and brain hemorrhaging, but your restaurant is... it's gone. I'm sorry.
Cleaver, a word with you in private?
Yeah.
What? What if we give Chef our truck and offer to help? You could be a guardian, and I could be the driver.
Well, it would be nice to work with living people for a change.
All right then, it's settled.
Okay, well, I didn't
Hey, Chef, we have an idea.
Delicious.
Start blood, bro.
Delicious.
Hold up, what's that under the windshield? Dear Chef, you have been royally invited to compete at the Iron Cook Food Truck Challenge in Nashville, Tennessee.
How long is this meeting supposed to be?
Same as Gloria, wait!
A food truck competition in the nation's capital?
Chef, that's amazing! We should leave right away.
Okay, hold on, Whisk. I don't think this rust bucket is ready for a 2,000-mile-long road trip.
Sure it is. I'll plot a route that takes us through some of the most food-loving territories in the nation. That way we can earn some money, upgrade our life, and win the competition so Chef can get their restaurant back.
That actually doesn't sound half bad. What do you say, Chef?
Please.
I mean, it's fine if you say no.
It's really not though. Please.
Choices are important.
Okay.
And as a sentient being, you do have the choice to say no, and then we could all go home. What?
And we're off. Say goodbye to that 2-bit sound of Boise, Idaho. Say hello to Oakland Plains, roadside chimichangas, and heart-to-heart conversation.
No heart-to-hearts or chimichangas.
Fine. Could you at least say hello to Evergreen Meadows?
Wait, this is Evergreen Meadows. I thought it'd be greener.
Oh, this place was Evergreen. Evergreen Meadows decided the best way to track tourists would be to just straight up lie about its topography. Huh. But it's not all that. You know, before the Blue War, this place was hugely popular for off-roading bikes and off-roading bodies.
Oh, wonderful. 500 miles down, 1,500.
Yeah, hey.
What was that? Really? Because it sounded like you muttered something.
Well, it's 1,500 miles as the crow flies, but this isn't slow. It's a food truck. We've got a lot of states to dodge. Like, you know, the ones that were nuked in the Blue War, the ones that were the ones that were currently on fire. Okay, just get the ones that all themselves off like Texas, and of course, like the
Yeah, okay, Whisk, I understand. So how many actual miles until we get to that?
4,000? 4,000. And that's assuming you don't get lost. In the Blue War, I got lost all the time. But hey, maybe this will be different. First time for everything on us. Yay! Welcome to Halcyon County. Who would have thought this forest drought would grow into a thriving country house?
Also home to the best sports team in the world, the South Dakota Roast Beefs.
Beaver. I didn't know you were a beef head, so am I. You can chef beef head too.
Oh, no doubt.
Roast beef. Roast their beef. The roast beefs. Roast their beef. You're telling me that Chef used to have not just one, but 2 world-class restaurants?
Sort of. The first restaurant was in the Sherry Soda Tower. Chef took it from this dumpy, one-star eatery to the finest restaurant in the world. Years later, the Sherry Soda managers were found to be committing financial fraud, and the restaurant was closed.
Oh, poor Chef.
And after losing everything, Chef started a new restaurant in Boise's biggest building, Paragon Tower. And before you know it, Chef had the finest restaurant in the world.
Again, that's so exciting. Good for Chef.
Right, until that artillery strike hit the tower.
Oh, yeah, no, I forgot about that.
It's hard losing everything. It's even harder losing everything twice.
Well, third time's a charm.
Hang on, is this Tyrell County? I think I was born here.
You grew up here?
Well, no, I grew up in Louisiana, but this is where I was manufactured.
Makes sense. Tyrell County is the industrial epicenter of the nation. And with concrete, steel, and max meters.
What happened to the sky?
Oh, it's there. Just covered by smog. Pollution here is so bad, workers can only stay for a maximum of 8 hours a day. Any more than that.
Wait, how long are we here for? Whisk. Whisk. I'm literally right next to you.
No, can't hear you.
Whisk, I never asked. What's with the photo?
Oh, that's my old crew from the Blue War. I was their driver. I used to get lost all the time. They call me funny names like Worthless Whisk.
Worthless Whisk?
Yeah.
Assets.
Whisk, that doesn't sound very funny at all.
No, maybe it was funny because I get lost and then they yell at me and then they call me that name and then
The access would be
yeah,
take
it's
a picture
totally
of
fine. I deserve it.
then go through the link through
So, hey, do you know what you want to do after we get to Nashville?
the
I don't know. Might be nice to go back to my hometown in New Orleans. Settle down. It'd be good to be somewhere familiar again.
Also,
Hey, maybe we can stop by your hometown on our way to Nashville.
Really?
Of course, provided we don't get lost.
Windows.
Welcome to Love County in the sunny south of Oklahoma.
8, 9, 10 tanks. What is going on here?
Oh, well, after Texas walled itself off from the rest of the country in 2031, the U.S. decided to heavily arm its side of the border to discourage Texas from trying anything.
You know, this reminds me of the Blue War. Did I ever tell you, this is a great story, about this time I unscrewed the arms off of a robot, and so its last memory, before it closed its eyes forever, was of me beating it with its own arms. Can you imagine? Your own arms!
It's horrifying. Beaver, why? Why would you tell me that?
What, it's a good story, and they're not around to tell it anymore.
Because of you.
Yeah, thank you. Because of me. So, where to next?
We're going into the ultra-secretive walled-off territory of Texas.
Is there a secret entrance, or a tunnel under the wall, or... Wait, are you a Texan?
None of the above.
Did you get us permits or something?
Oh no, it would be way too hard to get work permits at this late notice.
So, how are we getting in?
Bribes! I am going to bribe the border guards.
There's no way that is going to work. I cannot believe that worked.
Welcome one and all to the secretive, but easy to bribe territory of Texas.
You know, for all the talk about this walled-off territory, I wasn't expecting an endless sea of strip malls.
Well, actually, after several states were destroyed by natural disasters and war, there was a lot of talk about how a rebuilt America would look. Texas didn't want to change, so they separated to keep their way of life.
It honestly just feels like it's trapped in the 80s.
Well, hey, at least Texas didn't go totally insane like Wisconsin and build a moat around itself.
How else are they supposed to keep all that cheese safe?
Hey, Cleaver?
Yeah?
What do you think Chef will do after the competition?
What do you mean?
Like, if we win, do you think Chef will really open another luxury restaurant?
Well, yeah, probably. I mean, there's only so much you can do with a food truck. Well, what's up?
No need for a driver in a luxury restaurant.
I guess not.
And now for the most prosperous stop on our trip, Grandview County, aka Houston.
We're in Houston? You know, this place was a real piece of work back in 2020. Nothing made sense, and it took 30 minutes just to travel a mile. It's a real pity this place didn't get nuked.
Well, honestly, it hasn't totally changed for the better. Some people here can be a bit unfriendly towards outsiders and low-income workers, so I'm thinking just to be safe, we'll stick to outside the city limits.
What? Wiz, how do you expect us to get any customers if we don't get into the city? Just take us in, and if anyone complains, they can deal with me.
Your funeral. Thank goodness we're done with Houston. Those fines were really adding up.
Wait, what fines?
Fine for owning a vehicle more than 3 years old, fine for having a net worth of less than $2 million, fine for making eye contact with platinum tier members of society.
All right, that does it. We're teaching them a lesson. Whisk, give me the wheel. We're running over our mailbox.
What? No!
These people deserve it. Snobby, rich halfwits who wouldn't know human decency even kick them in the head. Give me the wheel, Whisk.
No! Running over a mailbox is a crime.
It is Houston. Being Houston is the real crime here.
Cleaver! This hunk of junk can barely hit 60. How do you think it'll fare if we run over a mailbox?
Good question. Let's find out.
All right, if you insist. But I was going to take us to your hometown next as a treat, and it would be a real shame.
Wait,
if-
really? Why are we still in Houston? Let's go. I can't believe I'm back in New Orleans after all these years.
Newer Orleans.
What?
Newer Orleans. That's what it's called now.
Huh, that's weird. Hey, do you think they've still got that market on St. Claude?
I mean, most people fled the state after the bombs leveled everything.
Right, but not everyone fled, and I heard they're starting to rebuild.
Well, yes, but there wasn't much left to rebuild, so they decided to start over. Cleaver, how long has it been since you lived here?
A long time. Like a really long time. It was good to be back home. Newer Orleans was nice.
Oh, yeah, sure. It's quaint.
And you know, it'll be a good place to settle because I hear real estate is just really, really cheap. You know, so many vacancies to choose from. Most of them even have a roof.
Can't forget that.
And you know, half of the radiation, at least, will be gone in, like, what, 30 years? That's not very long.
That is so soon.
Oh my gosh, that was a nightmare. Did you see the sky, Whisk? And the trees?
Oh, thank goodness. I didn't want to say anything, but...
It's not my home anymore. Is this Metro Central? It's so normal looking.
It sure is. It is such a delight to finally visit a city with no discernible personality.
I've heard Metro Central has the best bathrooms in the nation.
Oh yeah, lucky you, Chef. I wish robots could use bathrooms.
Same, Whisk. Big same. That was someplace.
I'll say. It had places you could go and things you could do.
They even had sewer taps.
And what more do you need in a place?
Nothing. In fact, anything more would be excessive.
So, considering New Orleans was a bus, do you think you could settle down in a place like Metro Central?
I think I'd rather live in a hole in the ground.
Well, I'm sure we'll find somewhere that you like more than a hole in the ground.
I don't know. You should have seen the foxholes I dug in the Blue War. Everyone was begging me to dig theirs.
Maybe you can dig one for me when all this is over.
For you? I'll dig two. Whisk. Hey, Whisk. Whisk. Where are we?
We are in Dry Dock Harbor. During the Blue War, this place was used as a transport hub for both sides of the conflict.
Both sides? Wouldn't that be a little bit
fatal? Absolutely. The local government was quick to enforce a strict, play nice policy to prevent fighting from breaking out. If anyone tried anything, they'd have to give all their supplies to the other side.
And that worked.
For 1 whole week.
Oh, wow.
I know, right? Congratulations! That was perfect. I can't believe Nashville is the next stop. Can you believe we've been through 12 states? That's nearly a third of them.
It's just a shame that they're all worse than they used to be.
What? That's not true.
I mean, half a dozen states fell into the sea. Washington and Hawaii got so fed up they went and joined Canada. And I still don't have a place to live thanks to my hometown becoming an irradiated wasteland.
But it's not all bad. Halcyon County has an amazing sports team. Charleston is a thriving underwater city, and the wealthy and powerful are preparing to build settlements on other worlds. Just because things have changed doesn't mean it's necessarily for the worse.
Huh. I guess I get to shoot at food trucks now.
That's how it is.
That's the spirit. I can't believe we're finally in Nashville, the new capital of the remaining United States.
There are a lot more old buildings than last time I was here.
Oh, well, after DC descended into the ocean, the government actually sent divers to pull old monuments up from the sea.
Huh. Oh, and hey, Whisk, you got us here in one piece. Great job.
I know! I'm no longer worthless.
Whisk, listen to me. You were never worthless. I can't believe the Iron Cook Food Truck Challenge is tomorrow. This is it.
You said it, Cleaver. This is it. The end. The final destination.
This is what we set out for. And tomorrow we're gonna win this competition and nothing is going to stop us.
Yep. And then the day after that, I have no idea what's gonna happen.
Sure.
Chef will open up a luxury restaurant and be showered with fame and glory, and I will wander around in an unused food truck looking for direction and purpose in life, knowing that my best adventure is behind me.
Hey, Whisk, you doing all right, buddy?
Let's win this competition.
Welcome to the Iron Cook Speedway. My name is Chuck Bannister, and joining me from Super Canada is my co-host, Greta Glass. Greta, what a monumental event today will be.
That's right, Chuck. The Iron Cook Food Truck Challenge. 13 trucks enter, but only one wins.
Contestants will race around the track, stopping to serve food the judges after each lap.
They must also survive the combat tunnel, where weapons are hot and armor plates are not.
I don't know about you, Greta, but my money is on Max Wieners. Literally.
Wait, what?
Chefs, start your grills!
On your marks. Ready, set, go. Holy cow, I can't believe we're at the Iron Cook Speedway.
Don't say that. This is just an easy old run-of-the-mill territory. Just with an extra 100,000 people or so. How's everyone doing? We all good?
I'm actually kind of hungry. Chef, make me something.
What?
I kid.
You're hilarious.
I know.
Chili Bowl has just informed me that if they win, their prize money will go towards buying a second island in the Pacific. Greta, did you see that?
Just a few more races, Chef. Then you'll have the restaurant of your dreams again. The only thing that could make this better would be if robots could, you know, eat.
Yeah, it's a real downer.
I love the smell of grease traps in the morning.
Ooh, that's gonna trip them off.
Did you know Cook Serve Delicious is actually an anagram for Delicious Serve Cook, which is... Wait a minute, I may have done this wrong.
Gee, these food trucks really hate us.
Well, you know what they say. You can't make an omelet without making a few enemies.
That's just mean. Cook, serve, delicious, 3.
Guys, I know this is a really, really bad time to say this, but being with you two in this food truck has made me feel more at home than I've ever felt before. And this is where I want to be.
Welcome home, Cleaver.
From a pile of rubble to a perfect race, Cook Serve Delicious is bringing the heat. There you have it, folks. Cook Serve Delicious proves yet again that it's the finest restaurant in the world.
What a day for Cook Serve Delicious. You gotta wonder what they'll be spending their winnings on. Hey, did you see that? They're rebuilding Turrican Tower. I wonder if any of the old restaurants are going to come back.
That old place? Who cares? We have got a busy day ahead of us, Wisp.
Oh, you weren't kidding. Look at those orders coming in.
I got this one, Chef. Hey, Wisp, are you sure this order's right? Sauerkraut on a grilled cheese?
I did not know we did that. It's a new fad around here, so I took the liberty of putting it on the menu.
Hey, great idea. I don't know how well it will sell, but it certainly doesn't hurt to try, right?
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
I remember trying hard to ignore the signs, but I couldn't and I didn't know why. I remember when I ran so
I got a picture. It's my true tether. It's a fixture through this terrifying weather. Fades mine. You don't talk much these days, but you gotta tell me when. You turn the bend. You gotta tell me when to start again. Who's gonna dig us out of this mess? Who can keep from standing all day at the apartment? You get used to fumbling in the dark. Years run together. You start searching for that spark. After a while, we don't talk that much these days, but there's beauty here that's taken hold. Even sadness turns into gold. Who's gonna dig us out of this mess? If we can keep from staring all day at the apocalypse.
a shame. Think something new under the sun. You can't take back them things you already done. No. Blame things that you do
Sure then. walk in here, so show it off. And of course, I'll get it in here too. RT. Stop that business.
I always knew you were a good chef, but watching you here is really something. So what do you say? Are you ready to get cooking?
Raft. So I love this game. I also like Let's Game It Out because he's cool, and you've heard of him because you're also cool. So today we're gonna react to another Let's Game It Out video, and let's get right into it. By the way, if you like the content, please be sure to like and subscribe because anything helps. All right, now back to it.
Hey there, it's Josh. Welcome back to Let's Game It Out. We're playing some Raft today. One of my favorite games where you get to go into the open water and only good things happen to you.
Just to clarify, I really funny.
Really?
You build a buffer zone around your raft and build in the inner squares because that way your stuff isn't at risk of being attacked by the shark.
Stupid Grace breaking my stupid boat. I got an idea. Let's build two rafts, which we're gonna designate with these handy dandy signs here. You can write whatever you wish on this. Can I now? Oh, that's easy. All right, hold please. I think I know what I'm gonna do. Okay, let's take a closer look at my work. To the shark, no Grace. Please stop eating our raft. Sincerely, the management.
I love that. Sincerely, the management.
Here, and then I'm gonna make one of these things. Shark.
I've never done stuff like, you know, mess with the shark like that. Oh my god, and now he's reading. Oh, I love it. I've never done stuff like to mess with the shark on purpose.
Our two little raft islands stay in formation. Wait, can I do this with more little rafts? I guess only one way to find out. And the answer is
the answer is yes, absolutely. He said it just when I'm saying it.
Who wants a tour? That is ye old bedchamber. Only the finest crappy sleep happens here. Hey, want a good night's rest? Let's hop on over here to our research station, or as I like to call it, ye old diary. Top secret. Let me catch you reading it. That's the research station. Let's just drop in, take a quick swim to get over there. This one is ye old for Rems.
I just love how he tells stories, you know. He has like such a perfect sarcasm in his tone, how he just communicates things, how he edits.
This year is ye old Jethro. Behold, just locked the wall has absolutely no organization to speak of. I'm about to find one of the forces that we have now, and we shall name it Islands of Convenience. Totally not allowed. Because it's journaling time. And by that I mean research. We got all these things to research on the side here. Things like better weapons, a smelter, and so much more. Basically, to unlock the item, we have to research each individual component.
That's right.
We're just gonna marathon through and research all kinds of stuff until everything at our disposal is unlocked. And now it's time to learn. So much learning. Yes, give me pop-ups forever, my favorite. Especially looking at these things we can't learn because we don't have stuff like metal ingots. That's okay.
You find that you find it out.
We must reach that island. There goes the fleet. A bunch of waffle-shaped rafts just floating into the distance. Finally, nothing's gonna stop us this time. Okay, looks like we bumped into the island.
Gotta anchor my dude.
Stay in formation. We're even gonna use one of the throwable anchors to make sure we don't go anywhere. Let's see what treasures await us.
The throwable anchors are just so stinking hilarious because they'll just stick anywhere.
For beautiful resources. Coconuts. Can I eat this whole? Sure can. Oh, and look at this. A white flower. And if I take that, it gives me the flower itself as well as some seeds. Not that I plan on doing anything with that. So instead, we're just gonna...
I said this in the last video, and some of y'all corrected me. Thank you. The flowers, unless you're painting or unless you're using bees, they take up space. Just throw them. You don't need them again.
Yeah.
They'll just float there.
So I can feel empowered to keep littering, knowing the ocean will take care of it. Okay, more trees to destroy.
This is a pretty good island. It has a bunch of trees on it. Let's throw back into water.
We need down there. Let's go.
Yeah.
Stuff like sand and some of the seaweed.
This is kind of a weird aha moment when you're playing through the game. Is like when you finally discover the reef under these islands and how rich they are in resources. It's such a cool moment. You know, the islands. You're not there for the trees and the coconuts. You're really there for all the stuff under the water.
Coming across my own litter, not to mention some metal ore, as well as some copper, and a brief cameo from running out of oxygen. Quite the haul we found here. Now we have ways to make things like dry bricks and metal ingots. First we take a wet brick, which requires sand and clay, and then we take it and just leave it out in the sun.
Yeah, just throw it anywhere, it doesn't matter.
10,000 years. So bored. Even the sunset is bored. Oh, it's done. Come here. Diary. Yeah, learn.
Learn.
Space for rent, melty, meat, bananas. And that's where the smelter's going. Now we're gonna melt that metal. Pull that out with my bare hands. Now some copper. Here, same my hands. And finally some seaweed. Now it's research, and learn.
Yeah, all those island materials you're learning what they can do. Yes. Collection net is probably one of the best items in the game you can build because it just gets you so far ahead so fast.
Do it. You mean I don't have to do this anymore?
That's right.
Now you're speaking my language. So these things need to connect to another raft. So we'll kind of modify this guy a little bit and slowly but surely replace each little part. Okay, looking good. Ooh, let's put one right over there. I think we can do that. Okay, great. Already doing its job.
If you have the sail and you have enough resources to build the nets, try to build it in a wide line because that way as you float along, you have a wide line, kind of catch everything. I'm stating the obvious, I know, but this is why I'm here, to state the obvious.
I'm like right over here. Okay. Kind of lost track of time there for a second. I mean, quite a few more than I thought I would.
I love that he's doing this. I love that you can just do this kind of crap in this game.
It's just drifting right on by. This is one of my favorite parts. Watch what happens when I collect this.
So satisfying. It's just so satisfying, especially when you're just running down your line of collection nets collecting and you see it pop up.
In order to make this thing work, we're gonna need to build a battery, as well as plug in 3 antennas to this thing above down here. Last time the game scolded me for putting the antennas too far apart, so we're just gonna play it safe and just kind of one there, then one right over here, and one right over here. And that seems fine. That's not stressing out the cords at all, right? Just put a battery right there.
Well, hold on a second. Again, this is an older video, so if you play the game now, as it is, you have to place the receiver and its antennas a whole other floor high. You just can't put it at the foundation level of your boat anymore. That doesn't work. At least I don't think. I'm sure that someone's gonna correct me in the comments.
Over here. And that seems fine. That's not stressing out the cords at all, right? Just put a battery right in there. Oh, the things you can make from mayo containers. Yeah, let's fire it up.
Okay. You know, I was like, wait, slow down. Okay, I'm just gonna, you know, I'm sure 100 of you are gonna say, hey, you talk too soon, you're over explaining things. Guys, this is my passion, guys, okay? People, this is my passion.
Dude, well, you require lower attitude. What do you think of that? Well, fine if you insist. It's your passion. Game moves higher. So we're gonna give each one of these things their own platform. We're gonna dive into a wild world of staircases because they demanded it. Okay, this is coming together, just like I hoped it would. Okay, I hope this is enough. Battery, I spent the time making
the support columns.
Space apart and high in the air. So one, let's go place the second one.
Oh my gosh.
You can struggle to get over to the next one. Climb all the oddly placed stairs. Place number 2. Head on over to the next one. And 3. What do you got for me? Really? That's not high enough?
Everything has to be in one floor higher.
Oh, it took like a million years to make these. I had to like build these beams all the way up.
Yeah, that's right.
Times was enough, thank you.
For those of you who don't know, the beams support the floors. So if you don't have support beams under the floors, you can't even build up all that well.
I'm gonna do it for you. Leave me no choice. I'm gonna half-ass.
Unless you do ramps like this.
Just amazing, and not like a god-awful eyesore. Just look at that, bask in the craftsmanship. Okay, seriously, can you please work this time? Okay, looks like we're in business. This little radar thing's gonna lead us to our next destination. All we need to do is steer the ship in that direction.
I love this. I'm over here being like such a tryhard when I play this game, and he's just like, I don't care. You know what? Let's just do this. Let's make it look stupid.
Somehow mysteriously do this and take the whole fleet with you. So we use this radar to get to interesting points in the game, and that's where we're gonna really speed up this playthrough. Because the first islands we hit already in the game, I want to see the new content. So get ready for us to do this fast. It
feels so far away. Sailing to the next stuff, it just takes so long.
Oh my god, look, we're almost there. Oh, in fact, I think we passed it. Oh yeah.
God, I can just relate so hard to that. You know, you get busy and you kind of forget that you're sailing, and oh, hey, you look up, like, oh, we're here. Let me finish my 6 tasks.
There it is, on sail. Let's turn onward to this amazing structure. I'm gonna give the raft a helping hand. I'm sure this will really do something right.
It does, actually.
Oh my god, I actually think it's helping now. I could probably just jump on right there. Well, why do that when I've got this? And
you're fine.
Okay, we got one reason only, and that's to run our way through this facility until we find a white.
That's right. You just got the game kind of teaches you how to jump around.
Which will be open on my pocket diary. Lets us know that we need to go to hashtag 8449. Okay, let's get out of here and I think.
Oh yeah. He didn't anchor. Always anchor your boat. Always.
Escaping this easily raft. I don't care if it's
Again, I said this earlier. If you're too far from your boat, just swim underwater. You'll teleport to your bed. It's okay.
You took me all night to catch up to you. I am the captain of this vessel.
But this is way funnier. How he did it.
God, that's gonna take forever.
He just tells stories so good.
It's a cruise liner. Oh, and my raft seems rather taken with these rocks. Now I'm gonna trust you this time. You're not gonna try and run away without me, are you? So there's a lot of things we need to do in this place. So I'm gonna break it down for you kind of fast. We basically need to break in, pick up a bunch of exciting supplies like this gas tank, head to the bridge,
blow it up,
stare right at it as it blows up, and proceed. You're the captain now. First we need this other post-it, which is gonna tell us where to go next. But what we also
if y'all want to know a secret, the yacht is probably my least favorite destination.
This beautiful engine schematics, as well as this over here, steering wheel.
Game changer. When you get the steering wheel, build it as fast as you can. It's a huge game changer.
It was that point right there. This should go a little faster though, and I'll tell you why. Remember that engine blueprint we found? Allows you to go in different directions and increases your speed. Well, I made one. I learned last time that one of these can power 100 platforms, and I really have no idea how many platforms this is. Well, whatever. Let's place planes, get the fuel nice and high. I'm not really sure which direction we should tell it to go. Whatever. Let's try it anyway. All right, it's chugging along, and I think it's having a little trouble. Okay, hold on. Let's put down another one. In fact, why stop at one more? Let's build several more.
Oh
okay,
no.
Here we go. No, not just 3. I built them all around my base. I think there's probably like 20 of them, all gloriously facing different directions.
Oh my god, I love it. All those engines are just gonna be working against each other.
Nothing works in unison. So let's fire up and see what happens. One is clearly not enough. Fire up a sim, still not enough. A third on the other hand. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Oh, it really looks like we're trucking right along. Can't wait to see what happens when I fire them all up. Okay, I think all 20 are fired up.
They're all just spinning in different directions.
Seems like we're actually moving. Imagine all the wasted potential. All these guys going different directions. Oh, you know what? That's a great idea for a name. I will call this USN Wasted Potential. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the steering wheel. Valid. Let's see. What about? Okay, I'll spin on backwards. There we go. Now I can look at the radar and steer. Just, backwards. Okay, this is harder than it looks. Guess that means we need to position this so the thing is on the bottom. Okay, before you know it, we'll be there. Probably. All right, according to the readout, we're almost there. Soon we'll be able to see it. Okay, then. Now, I'm gonna need your extra good behavior log on. You do that for to ensure that I'm gonna leave some extra food for you.
Oh gosh. That's just so much. Okay, I've said this tons of times in my other videos. You don't really need. I saw some of you in the comments saying, like, oh, I use shark, I use distract shark. Listen, just build an iron spear because it's really cheap resources, and then just kill it. It works. You get free food, you get biofuel, materials. It's way more efficient just to kill the shark. Way more efficient.
Okay, good talk. I'm also gonna rotate this thing all the way, which means the raft should just rotate on its own. So hopefully it'll be here when I get back. I guess we'll
slowly.
See. Here we are. What the heck is this? Watch out for bears. So we'll be watching all right. Because just like the other places, we need another code to go somewhere else. First, we need to beat up a bunch of bears. Stand back, nature.
That's true. This island really taught me how to fight wild animals.
Disappeared. All right, not gonna lie.
Because it's either that or you lose your whole inventory.
Nothing brings me more joy than what just happened? Am I under the world? In the end, I repeat my kill, which just vanished again. You know, based on how the island is flickering in and out of existence, I'm gonna go ahead and say that my raft has drifted a little bit.
Yeah,
I think it's
that's what
causing
happened.
some, shall we say, spatial
Again, because everything
I'm pretty sure
generates around the raft.
Okay, let's try this again. I'm pretty sure the mistake is using anchor.
Yeah, toss it on the wall, baby. It's like duct tape.
I'm not sure how to do it. This child's pale rock dripping onto this one square is gonna hold all of
This is
this.
like one of the funniest things in the game. Just throwing that against like a stick.
Fire the power back on, so that's one. And on to the next. And that's two. And three. Let's see, the computer now should show us the code. Yep, no missing that. Well, bless my lucky stars, the fleet is still there. Good to be back. Grace, how you doing? Good? I'm great. Asking. You stay down there. I'm gonna go up here and put in new coordinates. Okay, so 7, 2, 3, 4. Looks like it's gonna take us all the way to 1994. Untether the anchor. Let's get out of here. By that I mean enjoy this fade away. Ta-da! There it is. Slowly coming into view.
The sailing process, you just get so lost in your tasks that you just kind of forget where you're going. Yep, all the way down with the pufferfish. When you see pufferfish, try to kill it. I actually loved Caravan Town, playing through it. Caravan Town has so much resources scattered throughout all those little mobile homes. It's just, you walk away from the island, it's so wealthy. Like, it has everything. Oh.
Let's see how this works. Let's put another one like over there. Okay, Grace, don't hurt me or break my finger.
I love the pointing thing.
So let's put the next one right here. Oh, God, I gotta connect them manually. Can I just jump off with this? Oh, yeah, I can. It just stays with you the whole time. All right, let's just connect that like that. Oh, yeah, there we go. Time for a test run. We... A perfect first test. The next question is, we connect multiple zip lines to the same little building. I'm gonna pull in here behind Grace's hiding hole, grab the end, and drag it all the way up to this one. Can I connect it? Oh my God. That's the bonus. If I try and use it, it doesn't even work. I'm stuck on the stairs. Well, I think you know what this is gonna lead to. So hold, please, while I test a few things.
4 hours later.
Okay, so I got zip lines. So of course I wondered, is there a way
Oh, what a mess.
There is, I certainly couldn't find it. This is it. This is it. You know, all these kitties are beautiful depending on how you look at it. I know you
Oh my God, it's beautiful.
Pretty good. Can't use anytime you'll grab onto something.
Yeah,
There
you just jump up and hit the action button.
Way to get around. Anyway, let's go to the steering wheel thing and see how we're doing. Thank God we can just walk right through the zip lines. Otherwise we would have been decapitated like 100 times. I can't turn on the display. The game just wants me to ride zip lines. What if I just climb all over this stuff? There we go. Oh, we're kind of close. Just got to course correct a little bit. I'm sure we'll be almost there.
That is so funny.
It looks like a snow globe of Seattle. Okay, so let's just zip line our way all the way to the front. You know, I just realized actually you can just take this thing with you. Well, in that case, let's put it somewhere nice and secure. Yeah, that seems good.
On the door, anywhere. It'll stick anywhere.
Yeah, you just stay there, steam in. And here we are.
I just want to say, like, when you first play through this and you have no clue what's coming, and you see this, you feel so impressed. The game just does such an amazing way of presenting itself. Like, you sail through, like, okay, this is nice. Go to the basement, go to this. Oh my God, I can go into almost all of it and explore almost all of it. And that is just such a cool, refreshing feeling to have. It's so impressive. This is such an impressive destination.
All I'm shot of it right now.
Who's excited to shock me? No surprise there. That's okay. The feeling is mutual. You gonna behave now, buddy? Sure, you're not gonna mind if I take this key card, right? Okay, thank you. You just stay there and think about what you've done. Here, have some trash.
Have some trash. Pick it up.
Beating up these robots and taking their cards. Besides them, this place is abandoned. But thankfully for some of these
Wait,
buildings,
which
I can use a key card to get in.
Yeah, that's right.
Real fun in. Also known as going for people's belongings.
Loot it.
So after
Loot
this,
everything.
what the game wants you to do is head up here. See that ladder? That's where we need to reach because then we can take it all the way to the top of the tower. The only way over to that thing is by taking this zip line from that building. And the entrance to that building is broken. But I think I got a better idea. And it involves our raft. So thank God there's an exit door right here. Test number 1. Can I build straight into this thing? Let's see. So far, so good. Aww. So the
Aww. Okay. Yep. It is. Gee. There we
Skip
go.
every bit of it.
This is fantastic. No building is out of reach for us now. Now that we've got help from the raft. Oh my God, I'm so excited that this is working. Oh, it looks like I ran out of materials. We did pretty good though. Besides, that's the upper level. We can just jump down there. Easy, easy. You're fine. Okay, where were we? Let's see, what do we got here? Emergency bridge launch. Is that this? Am I in the bridge? What's out this door? Is this thing the bridge? Why would I want to launch this? You know what? I don't care. I'm not gonna ask the hard questions. Okay, so let's see here. How many numbers am I working with? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 numbers total. I bet there's like a puzzle I have to do. What's this? I bet this is a clue. That sounds like a lot of work. I got a much better idea. I'm just gonna try every possible.
Oh no. Don't do it. 4,000.
4, 8, 1, 2, 4, 8, 1,
Oh my
3.
gosh.
Got it. Oh, what's happening? Oh, I guess that was the bridge. What the hell kind of button is that? Why would you even want to do this? Whatever, let's just slide off the giant golf ball and take a look.
Oh my
Ow,
gosh.
Ow, hello?
So when I first played through this, I had no clue that I launched the bridge. So it launched itself out of the ocean, and I went outside and like, okay, now what? And it didn't take until like I totally gave up and like, hey, maybe I missed something up here. And I sailed around. Oh, okay, how did this thing get here?
Hello? Did I beat the dinner rush? Can I still get a reservation? My favorite. More potential coordinates. Oh my God, look at this note. I didn't realize that Discord, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter existed in this game world. Is Veruna Point just the Bay Area? Which will happen in the 3rd chapter.
Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you haven't yet, please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
myself in your home, said hello, put my name in your phone. Lost my friends. I first date walked to Pier 66. My lips, your lips, my heart beating right
Oh,
up my
it's
chest.
11 o'clock.
When I held you, I had something that I knew I need so bad. Yeah, I need your.
That means
Yeah,
11 means bed to me. Sure, bro. I'm getting done. So have a nice day, all, and enjoy the rest of your day too.